Niggas think it's sweet, but I keep it real to the bitter end. Since a kid, I had family, I never had no friends. Charged up, cause I stay 100, never to pretend. If I did, I was holding back some tears when I was 10. Every time I get some money, it's gonna make me wanna spend. But that's just my personality, I gotta get it in. I had $30 checks, only job I ever quit. But I still kept it legit until I bossed up again. Ain't no L's of a stick, turn a loss to a win. That's a
Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Black Otakus of the Culture. Episode Hondo G 100.
Sir, yes sir.
100. We in this bit. Glad to be able to just give you guys 100 episodes of this wonderful podcast, and just the fact that there's probably some people that have actually listened to all 100 episodes. Respect to you. Respect, because that's a lot. That's a lot of just listening to all our voices.
A lot of hours.
A lot of hours. A lot of freaking hours. I don't even want to do the math. And just also just hearing me go yo every episode and shit like that. But of course, this is your boy Chris J. Glad to be back. Got the boy DC on here. He do ragged up like your boy. You got Cam on here.
Cream shit.
On his Cyberpunk slang shit, and then we got Trail Savin here looking like with the white tee on, crispy out there.
Oh yeah, you ain't a real nigga unless you wear white tee at least once to a public function. I got my Goku flag at half staff. RIP my nigga Brody.
Yeah, I know it's like sudden, but a lot of you people who watch anime and all of that, y'all kind of like wrestling too. RIP Brody Lee, also known as Luke Harper. He passed away we just learned like an hour ago. So prayers up to him and his family. Tough loss. Non-COVID reasons. So, but prayers up to him and his family and the whole wrestling community. We'll talk about that more on Threes from the Ring. But glad to be on here. Quick pluggers, 35% off on all you Tweaking Media merch. 35% off from till January 6th. You get 35% off. Then after that, it's going to be some other promo. But make sure you copy some merch. It's on Teespring. Type in You Tweaking Media. We will pop up and you copy a t-shirt, a hoodie, long sleeve, whatever it is. We got it. More merch is also going to be on the way as well. So be on the lookout for that. But we got a lot to talk about on this episode. It's going to be our year-end review. So we're not really even going to do reading, watching, and playing like we normally would. But we do got stuff that we technically read, played, and watched to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Wonder Woman, which dropped yesterday. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas as well. Once again, Merry Christmas. Came out yesterday on Christmas on HBO
Happy
Max.
New Year's, right?
And Happy New Year's as well.
Year's, right?
So yeah, Happy New Year's for those
Happy
later.
holidays, regardless.
Happy holidays if you celebrate Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and all of that. So yeah. But
shout out to the real Prince Ifan Tunde, bro.
shout out to Dr. Umar too, G. Hope y'all didn't have a white Christmas. If y'all wish for a white Christmas, G, y'all was on one, bro. And hey, we gotta talk about that. But Wonder Woman dropped yesterday on HBO Max, and for those that decide to risk catching COVID and go to the movie theaters. And
Feel sorry for y'all.
hey man, y'all did, especially because you could have just went to the liquor store the day before Christmas, got you some liquor. Y'all could have got some food, your groceries, and all of that, and had some nice little food on your TV. If you had to watch it on your phone, it'd be that way sometimes, but you could have did that as well. But hey. But Wonder Woman came out, and we watched it. A lot of people watched it. Very critical. A lot of people were freaking critical of the movie in itself. Rotten Tomatoes, I think right now the user score is like in the 60% range, I think. So
I mean, that's
Could be worse.
yeah.
it could be worse.
That's like, well, it's percentages. I was gonna say that's slightly above average, but you know,
Yeah,
well,
for Rotten
with the U.S.
Tomatoes, at
education
least.
system, that is slightly above average.
You
so.
passed.
You
A
passed.
D is a passing grade. You can get a degree with a D. So
Hey, that's how I got by in some classes when I didn't give a damn. So yeah, but it's coming out with mixed reviews. Some people was like, yo, this is trash. Some people saying it's the greatest movie ever. I'm saying it is what it is. But we're just here to tell you guys what we think of it. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I don't give a shit. I like the movie. I would say also like so. I try not to watch this shit with a critical mindset. That's not me, right? Because immediately when you think of DC, you want to think of how they're gonna fuck this shit up this time. I don't want to watch this shit like that, right? Um, I watched it. Like I don't have a problem with the movie. I told Ken, I was like, I'm gonna sleep on it, see how I feel in the morning. In the morning, I was like a little bit of mid, but it's not like the bad mid of it's like I wasted my time watching it. It was like the mid of like, you know what?
It was
All
fun.
right, I'm gonna go watch it again.
Hell no.
Okay, a few takeaways real quick because like the plot of the movie was stupid, so I don't really care about that plot. I care about the things that's going around it. It was decent action scenes except for a few. The flying scene was awkward as shit, and her running was really really fucking weird.
I'm gonna talk about that running.
Yeah. Real quick about the. I know I said I don't talk about the plot, but one of the reasons I'm not the biggest fan of this movie is because I hate the plot of superheroes not having their power for 90% of the movie. I hate it.
Too.
I hate it. I know niggas love Spider-Man too. They like to talk about how great Dr. Octavius was a villain. I don't like the movie. Why? Because Peter Parker not Peter Parker. Well, no, Peter Parker is being Peter Parker instead of Spider-Man.
No, Tobey Maguire is being Peter Parker.
So it's awkward. It's like I can't hear to see Spider-Man do Spider-Man stuff, not some dude had depression because he can't web sling. The same thing for Wonder Woman. And then the other thing, like I understand it was the 80s. That's what Tyler told me when I said this. It's the 80s. So yeah. But not everybody in the 80s was misogynistic, bro. They turned up the misogynistic value.
Yeah, it was like,
oh man, I think like the Me Too movement is good. I think like outing misogynistic characteristics was great. Ain't got no problem with that. But every nigga in that movie, except for the main villain and whatever the dude name is,
Captain Kirk.
Yeah, Captain Kirk. Like was massaged. Like old girl was nobody wanted to crack shorty, but some random nigga in the park was like, you know what? I hit that. And tried to assault her.
Yeah, that made no sense.
She literally pulled her hair back and took off some fucking a skirt. Everybody in that building wanted to pull her across the wall. I understand she technically is like Diane, but yeah, I can understand it. Lastly, the movie plot to me was a Disney Pixar plot, but in DC, which is weird because it has a subtle thing. Like some of the things you wish for might be, you know,
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, and two, don't cheat. You can't cheat the system. Like cheetah, she cheated the system, no pun intended. And whenever you try to cheat, it takes something from you if you see it or if you don't. You know, it started off with the scene in the beginning. But other than that, like I said, I don't rate shit. So there you go. Listen,
It's a man out of 10.
here you go.
Hold on, I got you, Dave.
If you had the choice,
I got you.
between
Hold on, I got
paying
you.
for this movie,
He's alright, but he's not real. He's alright, but he's not
Lord.
real.
That go to Big Lord, too.
He's alright, but he's not real.
That was the most confusing thing of the whole movie was the Maxwell Lord plot. It made no sense. We still don't even know folks' motive. But lastly, if you had the choice of paying for this movie or having somebody HBO subscription and watching it for free and not caring afterwards, have the latter. So, yeah.
Please.
All right, I'll go. Nature pretty much broke down the plot. The plot was pretty weak. It was really weak.
For a comic book movie?
For a comic book movie, yeah. It's like, in terms of just, like, I hate to compare, and especially, like, you niggas are probably gonna get mad if I say, you better not compare it to a Marvel movie. But I can at least sit there and say most MCU movies have a solid, at the very, at least, most solid.
Right.
Okay, a
I'm
decent
about to
amount.
say this movie's way better than Iron Man 3.
Okay, that's why I said some and most. So
the plot of Thor 2, Chris.
it was ass. Gee, you notice I said most and some, and the ones y'all bringing up are some of the worst ones. Damn. See, but y'all literally brought up the worst ones that wasn't gonna be part. But
what's the plot of Ant-Man 2?
I can tell you about Ant-Man.
Ant-Man 2.
No,
Oh, the plot for that is called.
like
Hey,
Ant-Man 2.
it's called Find the Quantum Verse, nigga. It's called that. That's the plot. We found the Quantum Verse, nigga. Shit. But yeah, in terms of this movie, I really don't know like what they were going for. I guess in terms of the plot, like the villain just popped up. He was a cornball. He was a loser. This is my problem when
That
they
was
introduced
Mando
my
though.
mix. Who?
That was Mando.
That's fucked up.
That's the dude who played Mando.
Wow.
Pedro something.
Wow. He got a bag. I give him that. Stick to Star Wars, my nigga. But how can I say this? My boy Maxwell Lord. One, the name is fire. But when they introduced him as Mr. Lord, I'm like, and I tweeted this. The Chicago in me did not approve of a white man being called Mr. Lord. No, I wasn't going for that, G. No white man should ever be called Lord. I don't care what it is, bro. You're not a Lord.
He's not white though. He's Mexican.
Same thing either way. Honestly, I was confused. And then Lord ain't even a Mexican Latino
He looked
name,
white
man.
though.
Yeah, they were trying to portray a white man.
Yeah, I'm like, gee, he was white, and then his son looked Filipino. I was like, bro, what is going on? What was up with the casting, G? So, his motive just confused me. I was like, okay, he saw the little wishing thing. It was like, all right, cool, whatever. But his name being Lord, but I found her as the most interesting character, more than Wonder Woman at times, because Wonder Woman became I need my boo. That literally was her plot for most of the movie. Her role was, I miss my boo.
I know her role was I need some dick.
Literally, I needed some dick. I missed it for years. I've been focusing on working and doing all this other stuff and being Wonder Woman, but I need some dick. Also, I didn't appreciate the fact Wonder Woman threw that innocent black girl in the beginning. I don't care if she did have guns pointed towards her. You have them little bulletproof gauntlet thingies. Use them, motherfuckers, G. You didn't have to toss that black girl for no reason. So anyway, action scenes were cool, but my main gripe was the CGI in that shit, G. That shit was so wishy-washy and ugly looking, bro. I was like, yo, they serious for real? Like, this is...
Cheetah.
I feel like they did an update with Cheetah, G, because Cheetah didn't look like that in the trailers. If I recall
she didn't look
correctly.
like that in the trailers.
So they did some COVID updates. I was like, bro, y'all ass tweaking. What if the HBO Max version was not the theater version, G?
I don't think it was.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
That would be hilarious. They said,
So it's a downgraded version.
Like, G, what if this
I
was
honestly think it was downgraded. It looked downgraded.
We got the $7.99 version. We got to get.
We got the PS4
$15.99
Cyberpunk version, while the theater got the
I
PC
think
version.
the running scene. That running scene looked like if I put Chris in front of a green screen, I told him run in place.
It did.
G, that running. Okay, if you ever play Enter the Matrix, G, that's how that's how they ran, G. Everybody ran like it was Enter the Matrix.
That was a flame game, though.
It was, but them niggas ran like shit. Like, I hated how niggas ran in that game. So the running scene was weird. The action scenes were fire. It was just you had to kind of ignore the CGI in itself. Barbara's motives, I understand. She was a nerd,
Corny.
but it was like, what the hell, whatever. Like, like, come on now.
Okay, quick. I know I said I was gonna shut up, but ain't that counterintuitive if you try to be like, man, these niggas are misogynistic, but the shorty and the plot want them to have attention, want to get attention from them same niggas?
That was part of my critique.
Problematic.
I was about to
That
go
in
into
itself was
that.
problematic. But and then the first hour of the movie was just so whatever. The first hour was just so whatever. The second half started picking up. It was just funny just seeing a white man literally do what George Bush did and George Bush Jr. did in the 80s. That's literally what's the plot of the movie. Lord was George Bush. He tried to get the oil. He wanted the power. He caused wars. If you look at everything, it was literally 2000 to 2004, or whenever Bush got out of office, 2008. That's literally was what this man did, all within one movie, all together. But it's cool, like.
Dog.
Yo, Cam funny as hell, G.
Fucking running scene, G.
This running scene was so ass, bro.
Listen, Cam, y'all probably know this. I gotta ask y'all a question about something though. So apparently there was a problem with her saving one of them Arab kids. It's something that with Gail Gadot though. It's something. Yeah, because she had a problem. I think it involves the Israeli thing. You know, the Palestine and Israel.
Yeah, that sensitive topic, which
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna look into it because I don't feel like
we're
going
not
to a
even gonna
deep
touch
of
it.
hot take. But some people was pointing that out on Twitter too, and saying that director is psychopath.
Most of favor the director, but it was just it's not bad, yet it's not good. It's not even great. It it was cool. It was cool. Like I'm not gonna rewatch it. I'm not. I'm glad I didn't have to go to the movies to see it. I guess, but I'm like it was cool. It was a cool movie. All I got
I'll
to
go
say.
second. I mean, a third.
All right, go ahead.
But
You third then.
like I'll start with the good. When I first watched it, I enjoyed it. Granted, I was looking at my phone throughout the movie, especially the first hour, and I was like cracking jokes the whole time
Oh,
and
we
talking to
was too.
people.
G. We was too.
So it wasn't as bad when I first watched it. I'm like, oh, it was a decent movie. But as I thought about it more and talked to my mom, like there's that plot is horrible, and the main takeaway was I hate that ending. Like I'm furious at that ending. That was trash.
I don't
We
even
get
know what
like
happened.
2 minutes of Cheetah. The thing that makes no sense to me is that the entire time you didn't build up anything with the son,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he says "daddy" 2 times and you stop.
That little nigga is a
That-
teleporter too, G.
Oh yeah, he was on the freeway. Then you go out the bush, no, the forest,
Yeah.
strategically right in front of him. It makes no sense.
And then also that little nigga,
Um,
and then the little nigga made like 2 wishes. He looked at the camera, looked him in the eyes like he said, and said, "Daddy, come home." Like, bro, why didn't you
that's
get
another thing. That's the second time where someone made more than one wish. Where like Cheetah had 2 wishes, the son had 2 wishes. I forgot the other situation, but the system or like the power system was wishy washy, was hand wavy as hell.
Yeah.
My like what they should have did was when he wished the rock for him to become the rock, he should have had like mystical powers. He was just a regular nigga. The whole time he was coughing up blood and his eye was red. He thought it was gonna lead to something. He's just magically fine when he's having everybody make wishes. When he was keeling over and coughing up blood from like 2 niggas. Like it's inconsistent. Wonder Woman. My dad hates the actor that plays Trevor. I forgot his name, Chris Pine or whatever.
Oh, Captain Kirk.
And he said my dad hates him as an actor, and he says he overacts. And I like dude, but I feel like he was doing the most in the scenes. I don't know if you notice if you rewatch it, like there'll be like the scenes where like Wonder Woman's looking at him and he's looking at her and he's like looking like this into the camera. It didn't feel romantic at all. Everything seemed kind of corny.
Yeah.
There'll just be scenes where Gal Gadot's just staring and it's like, oh, look how pretty she is and majestic, and it's just they're trying too hard to portray her to be strong. Like Daytrail said, that flying scene was ugly. I felt like it was colder in the trailer. What happened to that scene where she was flying on the Thunderbolts? I don't remember that.
I told y'all we got
didn't
the
get
PS4 version of Cyberpunk of this movie, bro.
We got the
And she has
70,
invisibility.
799. Yeah, the visible jet shit thing that they did in that one scene. I was like,
Yeah.
when did she?
Why didn't you use that later in the fight? You could make yourself invisible, slap her
because
up,
she was
walk
weak.
up in there and push dude.
Another thing.
She needed dick, so she was weak.
Another thing, real quick. Sorry, DC. When she got Cheetah out the way, and she in there, and it gets windy in that place. Were you just in the wind? You was in the sky.
That was mystical.
Yeah, she was.
Honey, you struggling against the wind
Yeah.
of that dude.
Why was she using the whip? You could just jumped up in there. You're stronger than the whip. Like,
But
or
that
just
was
like stomp in the ground and walk
mystical.
forward.
That was like mystical. Get the fuck out my way, Wonder Woman. Wind. Can't do nothing against.
Oh, and F that armor, bro. That golden armor was trash. That golden armor is trash. In the flashback, you had human men pressing that other Amazon, beating up the wings, and then you had
Real
Cheetah
subtle.
just pick them apart.
Real subtle.
Oh yeah,
Don't you get the? Did you get the
men are
message though?
toxic. Yeah,
Men can't pierce. Men can't pierce what women can.
Mm.
That's probably what it was. But
Women
you
power.
spent I said like all the promotional ads. I thought the armor was gonna do some shit, and it didn't do anything.
Low key.
It
It
was
was
just
just for show.
to sell toys.
It was just
That
for
shit,
show.
Chris,
That
you
was
remember the
garbage.
bleach, the Ichigo?
Now,
Oh,
what you say?
You got that fucking
second
power up.
Bankai that we never.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
In the
Yeah,
next
just-
panel, slice.
stupid, stupid. Then they fix it and then break it again. So, but yeah, it's a lot of inconsistencies. But like with Day Troll, I'm not gonna I enjoy the movie. I gave it a 7. I'm not gonna hold it to any standards because it's getting kind of corny now because we're expecting these superhero movies to have like
Shakespeare
top tier
writing.
plot. I'm not saying you guys, but everybody else. And not every superhero movie is gonna do that.
Right.
And I don't think we should expect that at all, especially moving forward. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's for the kids, so it did
For the
its job
bitches,
to entertain
wonderful.
me, but
The second half of the movie did a good job entertaining. The first half was like,
the movie should have been 1 hour, low key, because I didn't need that beginning portion at
Oh
all.
my God,
So,
yeah.
but they made a
Alright.
2 hour and like 20 minute movie
hours
feel like
and
3
30.
hours.
It was on 31 minutes.
I think it
Over.
for real. Felt longer, but yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Try to get all my points together. So I'm gonna talk about the thing that I like the most about the movie, which was the concept of the main villain. I think that he had the best power concept that I've seen in a movie in a while, which is the fact that he manipulated the power structure so that it's like I'll give you any wish you want, but I'm gonna take shit away from you. Like when he went to what was that place, India or whatever, and then dude was like, I want my land back, and then he was like, I'll give you your land back, you give me your security though. And then he went to the president. He was like, what do you want, Mr. President? I want nukes, 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 dude. And he was like, all right, cool, I'll take your power. Like I like that concept. The execution, bad, but I really did like the concept of a villain having that type of power structure. So that was to me that's the best part. And I'm gonna compare this movie to its predecessor, Wonder Woman 1, because it's fair. Same director. So, and it's a sequel. First movie was way better. First movie I give it 8 out of 10. Movie is not an 8 out of 10. All right, so let's talk about the weak shit. Wonder Woman's character, I don't know. You trying to do female empowerment, but her entire character arc was revolved around wanting dick. What does that say?
Thanks.
She wants dick and she loses power. Is that supposed to be the message? Like, stop seeking dick and women won't get power. If that's it, you nailed it. But show that. Cheetah's character, abysmal. Like garbage tier. I'm talking about like I can understand. So if you're trying to go for the angle, like the whole when they did the exposition shit and like, oh God, the deceit, you wish for it, you want more. I can understand if that's like kind of led, but like I think the perfect audience for this movie was my mom. And even my mom was like, this don't make no sense. Why is her character do such a 180? She was a nerd, nobody ass nigga. Day one and day two, she like cream of the crop. Everybody want a piece of that skinny booty ass. Like, what the fuck is going on, G? Like, this is like if in Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire got bit by the fucking spider, and then the very next day, you take those scenes from Spider-Man 3 when after he got that Mary Jane, he walks out the building, he's like, yeah. And you put that in Spider-Man 1. That's how drastic the character change is. And it's like, and then, you know, her wearing the leopard print clothing and shit like that. That's like him going out and buying a pet tarantula the next day. Just get it? Spider-Man. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is like highly Barry Catwoman levels of embarrassment, G. In that movie, you know why they didn't portray Catwoman well. It's like, we get it, she's a cheetah. The misogyny shit that like that Joe talking about, there's ways to handle it, right? Like, I'll give a good example. Black Panther. Black Panther did a really great job of portraying one of the struggles that when it comes to the black community, African American community as a whole, you have the whole stigma of Black Americans versus Africans, right? See that being portrayed in Black Panther when you have that conversation with Killmonger and T'Challa. He's like, "Those are not our people," you know. So subtle, but in Wonder Woman, it's like in your face. Misogyny is bad. Like she's walking through, every dude in town is like, "Whoa, girl, you look hot. Oh my god. Oh, the scene where she meets the dude who assaulted her just randomly out in the street and she beats the shit out of him. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's ways to handle it. Like, you did it well in the first movie. The No Man's Land scene, perfect example of female empowerment. But in this movie, it's like you took it you were like at a 5 in subtlety in the first one. You were like 11. I don't know how Cheetah became Cheetah. Like, what was her second wish? I know she said that I want to be the apex predator. I want to be on top of the world, but that correlates into becoming a humanoid cheetah.
But if it, the which they did a horrible job explaining, other than when Maxwell Lord was that when you wish for something, it takes something from you. So I guess it took her humanity away.
But it turned her into a cheetah.
But it turned her into a cheetah. They did a horrible job explaining that whole entire.
But why a cheetah though? Cheetahs aren't apex predators.
They had to give her a reason why. But you know what I would have been cool with if she was the villain cheetah. You want to know what I would have been cool with if she just wore cheetah print for the rest of the movie. I would have been cool with that. You want to know why? Because it has no reason her transforming into a fucking cheetah.
Out of nowhere. Like, she literally walks out the place where dude is doing the whole, like, movie, the whole telecasting thing, and then the next scene she's a cheetah, and they have this horrible CGI fight. Action is...
If she in the movie, like, if that was known, like, every time we seen her prior to the wish, she got some cheetah print on, her bed got some cheetah print pillows or something like that, then it'll work. I wouldn't mind if she turned into a cheetah. But, like, it did literally come out of fucking thin air.
It was like, to someone who doesn't know comic books, like my mom, right? She's like, what the fuck is happening, right? And action was okay. The White House action scene was decent, but everything else, just to wrap it all up, this movie was like, I don't want to say it's not terrible, right? Like, because you compare it to some of the other DC shit that I done seen, it's not that bad. Would I watch it again? No, I'd watch the first Wonder Woman movie again. Yeah, I really like that movie, but I would not watch this one again. So it's mid, but taking into account some of the really bad choices for the plot, I'd say this movie is slightly below average. So I was gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 10. I think that this is slightly below. It's not terribly bad, but it's damn near not, to me, it's not like good or it's not great material, because there's a lot of shit that if you take the time that we don't have enough time to go into, they're really not you don't even have to deep dive. It's just shit that's out in the open, like the awkward dialogue, the flimsy chemistry between Captain Kirk and Gal Gadot, like shit like that. It's just a lot of negatives that outweigh little positives throughout the movie that we forgive because it's comic book DC Wonder Woman shit. So yeah, 4 out of 10 for me. If you have HBO Max, or you can still have somebody do it, but do not go see this movie in theaters. It's not worth the $30+ that you spend. But this shit is not.
Yep. So, and I'm pretty sure some DC nerds who probably sitting there like, how dare you sit there and say this is a 4 and all of that. All I'm gonna say is this.
You get off that nigga dick, man. Got it.
It's okay.
Y'all not paying my bills. I don't give no fuck.
Exactly. Like, we're just being very honest. Literally, I was very vocal on this podcast how I kept lowering Endgame by the week for like 2 weeks straight because the Russo brothers won't shut the fuck up. So I just want you niggas to know it's okay. We're critical of Marvel too. We are.
And we're not anti-feminist. We do not dislike this movie because it's female, like none of that shit.
Because
because like I said before, the first movie is fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
And just drop the ball.
Exactly.
Speaking of, we critical of Marvel movies, I'm like anti. How the fuck I just get hit by a car?
We know Indatra is anti superhero moves to the max.
Comic book movies. So I just don't really like comic book movies anymore. But
And to a more casual audience like my mom, she didn't really like the movie like that too. She did like the after credit scene. That was a callback to
Oh,
her
with Linda
childhood.
Carter.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
they had
she really liked that scene. So shout out to them for that nice
Mhm.
little callback. But you wasn't even hitting the casuals.
Mm-hmm.
So
So yeah, enjoy. Like, hey, I wouldn't say y'all got y'all bread because I don't know how much they already got paid. They got paid up front. So, but yeah, that's Wonder Woman. G, it's a pack of mid, man. But it be that way sometimes. Moving on, Cyberpunk 2077, also known as Cyberpunk 3077, because that's how many Cam is at.
Crash Simulator.
Crash
I'm at
Simulator.
31 actually. I didn't put it because the news came out that y'all talking about. I didn't put it in the chat, but I got 31.
Well, I
Crash.
throw in. I'm gonna throw in what athlete that won 31. Hopefully, I can find one. But it's been what 3 weeks now, so we can honestly give an honest review. I'm gonna let Cam do the bulk of the talking because he did finish the game. I think Daytra is still playing it as well. I don't really have much to add. Like I'm still enjoying it. It's just I've had 6 crashes altogether. So I'm gonna give you guys an update on my crash count.
In total, that means we got over 50 crashes.
That's combined. And Lord knows, I don't even know how many Chaz got. Well, I know, but
Well, he didn't have that many crashes.
I'm surprised. Shout out to his PS4. And that's on the PS4, by the way. But so let's just say about 60 altogether. I
Did
guess
you crash Daytra?
I keep fucking blowing up, G.
But yeah, so I'll let you guys take over from here on y'all Cyberpunk review.
All right, so since I finished the game, I can give a people they had me down, bro. They said you couldn't beat Cyberpunk. I said the only person who could beat me is me, nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? I will say this. It is a damn shame what CD Projekt Red did to this game. A damn shame. I'll say this out the gate. If CD Projekt Red didn't fuck up the way they did with this game's release, I'll give this game an easy 8 or 9 out of 10. And to even further insinuate that, I would say that I like this game more than Witcher 3. Even with the bugs and the glitches and shit like that, I think this game, to me, I enjoyed it. I mean, I beat it. I didn't beat Witcher 3. So, like, I think that this game was a more better experience to me than Witcher 3. So I'll start with the positives, right? The story. More specifically, and there's gonna be some slight spoilers. I try not to spoil too much. Like I'm not gonna spoil the ending. But the Johnny Silverhand and V relationship to me carries this game. Like Keanu Reeves nails the role of Johnny Silverhand. The interactions that you have, and you can choose how you approach Johnny. You can be a complete asshole to him throughout the entire game, or you could be like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? I like you. I like your cut." But I think that with that being said, the other characters, well, more specifically, a lot of the side characters are very hit and miss. Um, I'll give a good example. Like the characters that they introduce to you, like the romance options. You have 4 romance options in this game. Basically, a straight gay option for both the male and female. And for the both the male, like both the straight female option and the gay male option, River Ward and Carrie something, I forgot his name, Eurodyne. They're introduced completely through optional side quests. So you can go throughout the entire game without ever interacting with them. And to me, that is a huge detriment to their characters because they're not like Judy and they're not like Panem, where you meet them through the main you meet them through the main character, you get introduced to them, and they're kind of tied into your I'm dying storyline, right? Whereas River and Carrie are just kind of like there and like I don't see any romantic chemistry. Oh, a side note, female V is a fucking asshole. So I romance because you know I ain't fucking romancing no damn dude. Fuck that shit. I romance Judy, and then I went and did the Riverside quest, and like the final side quest, he takes you up on this like satellite tower thing, but the whole time they're like flirting with each other. They're like, "Oh, we going out on a date. We going out on a date," and then they get onto the fucking top of the tower, and he's like, "So, V, you know why I brought you up here, right?" And then the freaking dialogue option that you have is friends. Shit, like,
Damn.
shit,
Damn.
bro. I felt bad because as a man, like, damn, bro, like that's tough, right? But like, I'm not romancing no fucking dude. You best be sure of that shit, right? So, uh, but it's kind of funny because the same thing applies to Pan Am because Pan Am is strictly dickly. So like the options that you have with female V with Pan Am, and when you try to like do a little, you know what I'm saying, let me get in them guts, she goes like, nah, friends. Shit is funny. Um and Judy, I really like Judy. Like I think to me, Judy is probably one of the best side characters in the game. When you kind of go through her path, and them eyes are dangerous. She got some dangerous ass eyes. Um, but that's that. So I'm on my second playthrough now. I've done a full playthrough with the female, and I'm doing it with the male just to see some different play out different scenarios and different romance options. And that's one thing I say is a really huge positive of this game. One good example is the voodoo boy shit. So in the female path, like I went through the whole theater section. I killed the net runner, and then you find out that the voodoo boys basically tricked you, like you were supposed to die during that mission. And then you do the whole interaction with Bridget and Alt, and you kind of just go out your merry way. That's what I did. When I did the mail route, I actually ended up talking to the net runner, and what he does is he removes your like the malware that the voodoo boys get on you, and you go back to them. You talk to Bridget, do the sequence where you kind of go back into Johnny's past and his interactions with Alt, and the then you find out that the Netrunner spiked you, and basically everybody in there, like it basically ended up killing a whole bunch of voodoo boys while they were inside the simulation, and then you ended up fighting Placide, which I enjoyed because fuck them voodoo boy niggas. That shit pissed me off the first time I played this mission. You is not go dupe me. So I was so good. I have felt so great killing all them niggas. Um, and there's just a lot of little subtle things like that. And depending on like what stats you put in, to like your intelligence pool, all this other shit affects the dialogue options. Just really nice subtle things that they put into this game to really spice up and really personalize your playing experience. Gameplay wise, stealth still fucking sucks. I'm not gonna change that. I'm not doing like to even to put it in perspective. I have not done a single one of those combat fist to fist combat side missions, and I'm not doing it because that shit is ass. Um, and the gun gameplay, pistols are overpowered. They trail showed me the freaking comrade's hammer, and it's kind of funny. The very first side mission that you told me to do, I found the blueprint for the comrade's hammer, and I upgraded that shit, and I'm just one shot in everybody with
Night and day.
the
Night and day.
with the perk that you get to increase your tech damage and the handgun and crit chances. Pistols are absurdly broken in that game. So if you're doing a gameplay and you're like which guns are good, go with pistols. Um and to kind of wrap this up, the ending of the game to me is so when I was first playing this game, I was kind of like, whatever. But honest to God, that ending was one of the best things I've experienced in any video game I've played this year.
Mm.
I don't be capping when it comes to shit like that. I really did enjoy the ending sequence of this game. I'm not gonna spoil it because Daytrail and Chris aren't there yet, and I want them to experience it. But super light spoil. You get choices, right? So you get basically you get a Johnny route, you get a route where Pan Am helps you, and then you get a route where you go corporate. You let corporate help you. And then there's some other choices that you can do in between when you get further into that route where you can kind of choose your own ending. But for me, the Johnny ending was bittersweet, to say the least. The final cutscene was kind of confusing. Um, but I will say that I think the Pan Am ending. There's some other endings that I don't know about. Like I don't think it's just the 3 or 5 or however many endings there are. But I really do think that Pan Am ending is freaking phenomenal. Um, Especially like depending on your romance options. Like I chose Judy, so and Judy wanted to get out of Night City. So when I chose the Pan Am route, she ends up going with you out of Night City. Super light, small spoilers, but she ends up going with you out of Night City. And then you get like some credit sequences, very nice from you. Uh, so that's that. And the second playthrough I'm playing with the male, I chose the Nomad route because everybody's choosing fucking Street Kid, so I don't need to see shit from there.
Even from the streets.
But like it's even more so and actually choosing the nomad route you get a lot of great dialogue choices with Pan Am because you're a nomad too, so um that's pretty cool. So all in all, I'll say this right for my final score for Cyberpunk. um do I think you should get this game if you have a PS5? If you have a next gen system or you have the best of the best PC, you can only really get it physical if you're trying to get a PlayStation. But I would say if you can get over, because like the perfect analogy for this game, it's a pearl within an oyster covered in shit. If you can get past that shit, you will find that hidden gem that Cyberpunk is. And it sucks because I really would be giving this game like an 8 or 9 out of 10 because I really fucking enjoy. I mean, I'm playing a second playthrough of this game for crying out loud of a Western RPG. That's how much I've enjoyed my experience playing this game. So for my final rating, because I be giving ratings because I love that shit. Um, I'm gonna take out 1 point for every 10 crashes I've had. So that's already 3 points off. They're at 7 out of 10. Because like I said, 30. This game has crashed on me more than any single video game I played in my entire fucking life. That is a huge negative. Like I'm not gonna cut this game no slack on that shit. This game is poorly unoptimized as shit. There's a lot of fucking annoying ass bugs and glitches that break immersion from this game. Um, and just it's just god awful. So 3 points off for the crashes, and I'm gonna take 2 more points off for just the disgusting PR business shit that you've done. CD Project Red, just you ruined your own game, and it's a damn shame that you did that. So all in all, I would give Cyberpunk a 5 out of.
Oh, the hell just happened? Oh, it just froze up.
You just froze up.
Oh, okay. Now we good now.
Oh, okay. Um, it's a 5. It's an average game if you look at it as a whole package. Now, aside from the bugs and glitches, this game is absolutely phenomenal. Well, gameplay wise, it's kind of hit and miss, but the stories of V, Johnny, Judy, Pan Am, Rogue, like I remember these characters' names. G, that's how much they had an impact on the story. So it's like this game really is like a fucking good, and it's a shame that it's one of those kind of live service games where it'll get better in the future type thing. But as of now, in the current mess of a state that this game is in, it is a 5 out of 10. Um, and it's mixed on if I should recommend you to get it or not. That's it for me.
All right. Datro, you want to add anything?
Little, I didn't beat the game. I can beat it. And let me rephrase this. I can beat this game right now on the podcast. I am that much cool. But with me, I personally like to get full mouthful, no homo. Because I usually rarely go back and play video games again. With Fallout, the reason I played that multiple times, I had to get my money's worth. Played it for each $10 I spent on that game. That's how many times I played it. Final Fantasy, my favorite game of all time. Persona 5, that's in my top 5. games that has unlimited replay value. You know what I'm saying? But other games, I choose to just play once. Me personally, this game will, spoiler alert, when we do this top 5 thing, Cyberpunk will be on there. Not just because I didn't play a lot of games in 2020, kinda, but also I'm enjoying the fuck out of it, yo. Like, the crashes is annoying. That's my biggest complaint. I was ahead in the crash symbol, but then Cam got on on vacation, and he was like, you know what, let me go ahead and run in the fourth quarter.
That man went on a Steph Curry run.
But it was at a time that me and Cam was at the same spot. And I was like, damn, G, you know what? There's a lot of crashes. And then Cam just blitzed me, and I was like, huh. The update, I will say, it's another the update that it did. For me, my crashes, I have had one crash you could check the updates on the phone. Like, I have had one crash from like 2 days or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That update didn't do shit for me.
It didn't do crap for Cam, so
it
really
was the
weird.
opposite for Cam. It was the opposite for Cam.
I'm glad for both of us in this. Who knows if Chris get it, so I can't say that. But Cam beat the game. I'm glad none of us got the corruption save glitch that's happening.
Woo.
That just will fuck everything up.
Yeah.
This game would have been a fucking 1 out of 10 if that shit happened.
If you have ever had any corruption with any video game ever, that makes you not want to play the game ever again, especially RPGs. But make a long story short, I would say the highlights. The biggest highlight of this game, it is Johnny Silverhand. There is no doubt about it. I don't care what you say. This is not a Keanu Reeves suck off. The details they put in this one character. If you didn't play this game, you might think that Johnny Silverhand is a dude that gives you side quests. He is in everything. There are side missions that you do that he pops up and give dialogue about. Not just regular side missions that you be like, oh, okay, this is a dude, this is a kid. He pop up in like the cyber psychosis stuff. And those side missions go like that. You could just kill that nigga with one punch. He will pop up, he'll be on the scene with you, he'll been down, he'd be like, this guy was crazy. And then he'll just walk off.
It was okay, so there's one good side quest I just did with fucking bootleg Lil Wayne, where he gives you like this brain dance, and he's like, oh, dude, this brain dance, next level shit. And so I chose to like enter the brain dance, and you wake up butt naked. And you remember the location where you rescued Shorty with Jackie? You end up in that exact same location, and when you wake up, he's sitting there like, you know, you fucked up, right?
Went to a very like ambient, scary cyber psychosis, and this nigga did the Raggy from Scooby Doo. He just sit on the corner like Raggy, and it's he adds so much to it. He's one of the reasons why the game is good in first person. Because when you walking around discovering where you at, you could just see Johnny Silverhand smoking a non-existent cigarette. He just chilling. The stuff with Judy when you in there with her partners, and he looking like, bro, why the fuck is we in here with these people?
Why are we here with these whores?
He's just like, bro, why is we here? It is
the
so
Pan Am shit when he was like, damn, I would love to ride her.
That Johnny Silverhand stuff is top notch. It is a disservice when people don't get to play this game. I thought literally he was going to be somebody that we don't care about. Exactly. He is ingrained in that story to the point that he makes this game really, really freaking good. Also, to Cam knowledge, the side characters are really good, but not just that. It's the animations they do sometimes. Yeah. It's the when you with Pan Am and you sitting there after there's a fucking hurricane outside and her boss got to beat his dick in the other room and y'all sitting right there flirting. You like, this is some fucking heat. Like she put her legs on you and V corny ass, let's make this a hotel scene or some shit like
his
that.
voice, bro.
Like that shit, it's such a disservice. This will go down as the biggest disservice in this game, bro.
They killed their own game.
That it fucked up on release. This game is a league of its own. Watch the Donkey review, right? One of the funniest things in the Donkey review is what he ranked Cyberpunk among RPGs. Fuck the grade rating, right? But he's correct. It's better than Red Dead. No cap. It's better than every Assassin's
I give it that. It is.
I honestly, even with the bugs and glitches, I think this game is better than Witcher 3.
I gotta get a little bit deeper. Because me and Witcher 3 got a good pass. Especially me and DC beat that game like together twice.
Man, it's good.
but compared it to the thing out of our RPGs that came out in last gen, not JRPGs, right? But all the RPGs that came out last gen, this gen, Zelda's better. Of
course.
Spider-Man's better.
Well, Zelda is Japanese technically too.
But
is Spider-Man really an RPG though?
Yes, because RPG.
Yeah, it has RPG elements. Yeah,
skill trees, stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like Spider-Man, Zelda. It's tough. Like Spider-Man, Zelda. Those two. I didn't play Last
God
of
of
Us.
War.
I can't throw that up there. It ain't touching God of War. God of War is up there. That's like the big three, right? I think Zelda is probably I never played Zelda, but for anybody who ever played Breath of the Wild, that's like a 10 out of 10 game, G. That's like the creme de la creme of fucking. You should get that DC with your Switch, but But is it better than all the Assassin's Creed that came out? Hell yes. Is it better than the Fallouts by a landslide? Red Dead, yes. GTA 5, you can. That was a cultural shift, so I can't really say it was better.
I'd say yes.
Think about it's like it's so fucking good that not many people gonna be able to enjoy it. And I wanna throw a special clown. This is not even my clown of the week because I ain't got one. I got a goat. But I wanna throw a special clown to some niggas. Some of the niggas that was out there just we dragged the game out of critique stances, right? Go look at our podcast. Now we might did a little jokes there, but we grabbed it out. We had this game day one. We played the day one, right? Some niggas out there who never even touched the game, who didn't get the game yet. I need my refund, CD Projekt Red. I look on their post. They posted screenshots for Pan Am at the end saying this was a good ride. All that type of shit. All that shit. Keep that energy fucking consistent, brother. But all in all, I enjoyed this game. If you got a nice working PS5 that you love, grab it. It'll be cool.
Physically.
If you have a PS4, no, don't get
Unless you got a Pro. From what I'm hearing, if you got people got
even
pros,
still, Dion said he got a Pro. He still.
Ooh, never mind that. I take it back. Cool.
Nope.
The sign is real simple, B.
Xbox,
It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Xbox, I heard Xbox running way better than the PS4. Xbox, grab it. PC, now that's the thing. You PC niggas, some of y'all be capped. Some of y'all got a PlayStation 4 as a PC. I want to hear that.
I do. I know I do.
Hear that shit. If you got a mid PC, no. If you can't play Fallout good on PC, don't get Cyberpunk, bro. But if you got one of them good rigs that you spent your life savings on and it still doesn't get you any pussy, yes. All in all, this is a great game. I don't do ratings, y'all know. I try not to. But just for this special game, I'm going to give it rating. And just like Kim, out of 10, I'm going to knock it off for how many crashes I had. 23. That's an 8 out of 10 for me. A great game. I enjoy it. I will probably beat it by the next time in this podcast, but I'm going for the 100%. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it for me.
Cream shit.
Preem.
Exactly.
On folks is preem.
Preem, man.
I'm going to use the tools later.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to One Piece. DC, I'll let you take the reins here.
But you see how special this is, though? Our 100th episode reviewing the 1,000th episode of One Piece.
Ooh. We got y'all. All right, DC, go crazy. Lead the One Piece discussion with this chapter.
I'm gonna pull up
Get my notes out.
I'm gonna pull up the thing. Y'all read the full one I sent, right?
Yeah.
The first one that you sent actually got updated. And it got all the bullshit.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I'll pull it up right now. Fuck. Hold on. Because I don't want to talk about from my memory because I'm gonna skip shit. But
This Loki was kind of a short chapter for it to be the 1,000 one, unless that was
It
just
was.
me.
It could have just been just how the layout was.
Yeah, it
as
felt
well.
short to me.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
it felt short to me
listeners.
too.
By the way, listeners.
Was it
By the
the
way,
hype?
the 1,000 chapter ain't technically officially out, but the alleged
versions are.
It is.
Let's put that out there. So in case
So-
people are like, what the fuck was out?
No, so
Mhm.
by the
Yeah,
time you
you
listen to
know.
this, you go to your Shonen Jump app and you sit there like, yo, what the fuck the chapter? Allegedly. So
I'll
just
save
don't-
my critiques and likes later. I'll just summarize it. So, Sicilian and the leftover Minx, they lead Luffy up to the top. Luffy remembers their name because they call back to when they sacrificed themselves for Raizo and Zo. And then we cut over to Marco the Goat, Yonko Commander, choking up Marco and choking up King and Queen in each wing and launching Zoro like a rag doll up to the top of the roof.
Hey, you dead?
Love
Like, get
to
the
see
fuck
it.
out of here.
Get your goof ass on, man.
Exactly. And discount number 2. But then we cut to Yamato continuing the flashback at Ace and telling her the gospel of Ace, work guys, and telling him about the D and I said that wrong. Telling him about the
No,
will of
you were
D
right.
and basically all the.
Because Ace gave her that good D.
It's so horrible, so horrible. But yeah, she's just basically telling him about the significance of the journey that Odin went on, and I like that she gave it to Momo for keepsake and to look on it further. Then we cut over to Law and Kid making it up to the top of the roof. Oh yeah, this never mind. The pacing's so weird. Then it cuts back to the flashback of Ace telling Yamato about Luffy's dream and don't laugh at her. Me and Sabo won't forgive you. Yada yada yada. She tears up, and then we cut back over to because I'm just gonna skip the Ace stuff because
Was he saying that in spirit though? Like, because Ace thinks Sabo is dead, right? Like at this point, so you're saying me and Sabo, like he was saying, like my dead brother and I, like okay.
I assume it's in spirit, but it is Oda. I wouldn't be surprised if Ace knew Sabo was alive, but didn't tell Luffy because Sabo didn't remember. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens later. But I agree with you. I think that's it. But some people think it's otherwise. I don't know until the official come out. And then talk about the Viver card. She's the one that created the Viver card that Ace had when he gave to Luffy in Alabasta. So that's a cool callback. And then Luffy busts to the top of the roof, and we have that cool spread with Big Mom and Kaido versus the top 5 Supernova, and the rumored or prophesied strong young pirates to come and take out Kaido that Odin prophesied. And then we have a dope moment of Luffy walking past the 2 Yonko, ignoring them, and going over to.
Did he speed blitz them, or did he literally walk past them?
I think he just walked because it just says like March in the little dialogue text.
Okay.
They just walked past.
Because it looked like he was like the next fit.
It did look like he just. That would be dope if they did it. Toei might do that. They do watch the pod, so. Yeah, we got a layout of the scabbards all bloodied and knocked out. I'm upset that none of them are dead, but it is what it is. And then we got Kinemon doing the patented ugly One Piece cry. Save me, Luffy, yada yada yada. And then we get Luffy's new attack. I've never seen this before. I think this is new, but he does like a Red Hawk for the Gear 3 version of it on top of Kaido to end the chapter. So
a big,
that's
big
pretty much a giant Red Hawk. I think it's dope. Me personally, I don't like the panel for composition reasons. That's just the art nerd in me. But yeah, that's the basic summary of the chapter.
Oh, you forgot Luffy. Luffy said something. He wanted to be Pirate King.
And of course, you got to mention, like he has. It's the 1,000th chapter. He has to let it be known that he has to be Pirate.
I'll say it like this: Luffy is anime logic. He likes to remind us what he wants to be or who he is. So
gotta let the kids know.
Let the kids know. Let them know.
I'll let y'all go though, because I feel like I'm gonna be a little long-winded later.
For me, I overall enjoyed the chapter. I was expecting a little bit more. When I say enjoy, like I'm on my low tier of enjoy. Like it was a fun enjoyment. But of course, seeing like Yamato's role in just certain aspects of Ace's, like what we saw in Ace's story was pretty neat. And of course, just Ace just sitting there bragging on Luffy. It's like it's really those like, yeah, man, but my brother, he gonna be that nigga on the pirate scene, G.
Good thing I abandoned him for my dead dad. Ass nigga.
Damn, I wasn't expecting that, but yeah. So like it's really dope just see like the Ace moment and just we already know how much he believes in Luffy. Just like that, it still hits. So and then just also what was really dope was just of course it was just of course seeing who's on the roof. Even though like Zoro's there, it was like he was put up there on accident. And I was telling DC this, Zoro and Killer's probably about to be fodder in this fight.
Killer was up there.
Yeah, Killer's up there.
Yeah, Zoro and Killer's
I was like,
probably about to be fodder.
Quick tidbit: niggas is upscaling Killer. Like they hyping him up now.
Yeah, so like
so
I'm like people, and this is my thing to the fan base real quick because this is the last thing I want to say. Of course, Kid, Luffy, and Law's gonna be up there. They're the top supernovas. They them niggas of the new generation. They them niggas.
Luffy, Law,
Kid, we know. So, but still, they them niggas. The reason why that Zoro and Killer's there is to tank attacks and get their ass whooped.
Right hand man, they're there by
Exactly.
association.
They're there to get slapped up. Like they may have a moment, but they're there to get slapped up. And then I still believe Yamato's going to appear, and she's going to probably take that sword from that sword from what you'll call it from Zoro, the Odin sword, and be like, "You ain't using this shit right. Let me borrow this." I believe that's what's going to happen. So, with all that being said, they're there to be fodder. They're going to get slapped up by Big Mom and Kaido. They're going to be like, yo, you niggas shouldn't even be here. That's how I view them. Like, they're not there to do major cool things. They're cool. They're there to make Kaido and Big Mom look raw as hell. And that's all I got to say.
Should we pause and wait for DC to get back?
No, he said, keep going.
Okay. So for me, I pretty much surmised my kind of notes for the chapter on the Twitter page. I'll say this: stop hyping this shit up, bro, Oda, or whoever does it. Stop. Because honestly, this chapter was slightly above mid to me. It's like a lot of shit. A lot of stuff that happened was like standard One Piece shit that we always know that happens. I guess he is just like, oh, this time is Big Mom and Kaido. Like Ace, like I said, like when I said Chris, like it's like this Ace flashback shit is a detriment to his character sometimes because he's talking about, oh, Luffy this, and then you see how he dies. I'm just like, no. For someone who's like, I support my brother, blah blah blah. You didn't listen to your brother when he said, yo, Ace, fuck what Akainu was saying. Let's get the fuck out of here while we got a chance. No, he's making fun of my dad. Like, no, G, like, you can't stop doing this shit with the flashbacks, bro. It's done. And then this flashback, it's just standard shit we know. Blah, blah. Luffy's cool, blah, blah. I'm his brother, blah, blah. He's like Odin because Luffy's like every single fucking major character in the entire One Piece verse because he's the main character. Blah, blah. He wants to be Pirate King. Move on. Next. Momo stuff was okay. I don't care about Momo's character. I know I'm being very negative about it, but like that's just how I am. I'm an asshole. But you know, Momo shit, I don't care about his character. I guess he's growing up to be cool, I guess, but like I just don't care enough. So cool, he gets his dad's shit back. Marco stuff was dope because I fucking love Marco. Again, you know, you have the cinematic standoff between the supernovas and Kaido and Big Mom. You know, that's if Oda doesn't skip that and go straight down to some shit that we don't care about. And then you got the standard, you know, like DC was saying, save Wano, Luffy, save Wano, save us. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like I said, Luffy got a milestone power up because only on chapter 1000 is Luffy gonna land a major blow against Kaido using a new move. Which I mean, it's okay. It's just like I'm not gonna say it's a dig, but it's like you could barely do anything to this nigga year fourth up. Now you did get training, but still, this is I'm lifting up an island using fucking fire. I'm
And will.
supercharged up Kaido, and you just throw a gear third punch with flames, and it deals a major blow to him. When gear fourth Luffy, he was like, and this was drunk. I don't give a shit. Kaido was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm just saying, I'm not going too much into that because I'm not into the power scale and shit. I'm just saying it's a bit of a reach. Like I said, it's a milestone power up. It's chapter 1000. Let Luffy get his lick. Um, and then Luffy being logic. Did you know I'm biracial? Did you know I wanted to be Pirate King? Um, so that's that. Overall, like for this chapter to be so hyped up as it is, it wasn't all that. Like, it was okay. It's not bad, but like, it is what it is, right? Like, if it was like fucking Kaido killing one of the scabbards and Luffy seeing it, and then like Luffy goes like at the end of the chapter, he goes like year fifth or some shit like that, like then I'd be like, oh shit. But like, it's kind of like standard One Piece climactic shit, like end of arc. Like I'm facing a big baddie. I'm facing Doflamingo. I'm facing Big Mom and Whole Cake Island. I'm facing Crocodile. Like all that shit. So that's my thoughts on the chapter. Like I said, I know One Piece community will. Oh, you like it's not bad. This is like the episode of mid, bro. Like we just saying like it's not bad, but it wasn't great. So that's all my thoughts. You can go on DC.
Anything else we need to add, DC?
Oh yeah, I was fixing my Wi-Fi. The overall chapter when I read it like a week, no, I was it earlier in the week. I was hating on it a little bit because it's not what I expected at all. Um, for what I expect chapter 1000 to be, I compare it to chapter 500 where we got Rayleigh in the auction house and Conqueror's Hockey being
Oh,
fully displayed. Chapter 100, we get to the Grand Line. There's I forgot chapter 900 was pretty decent in terms of no that sucked because we did the fake Straw Hat Death stuff. But I expected chapter 1000 to be um nothing spectacular, but I expected like a reveal at least something
for them to
in
hype it
older
up that
fashion.
much,
Yeah.
you
So
know.
for me to get, I'd love the Supernova panel, and I'm a Sanji fan, so but I like the moment. Like it was dope seeing all the guys up there, but I just feel like we could have got more. The Ace flashback was cool for me. The only thing I liked, because I do agree that the Ace flashback ruins characters, ruins a little bit of Ace's, only a little bit because it does make sense. Like he chose White. He said White. He told Luffy, "I think Whitebeard's gonna be king of the pirates." So for him to say it here, kind of like doesn't make sense because you
Yeah.
said Whitebeard was gonna be the king. So, but it is what it is. But I do love the scene where she's talking about Odin and Roger, because in the logbook it talks about Roger, and Roger said to Odin, "When I find the One Piece, I'll become." And then it cuts out, and then Yamato, she references that in this chapter, saying that, "Oh, Luffy said the same thing Roger said," and so Ace was like, "Oh, who's this guy you're saying is like Luffy? I would like to have a drink with this guy. He seems cool." And she's like, "Oh, you can't have a drink with him because he's dead." And she's referencing Roger, and it's cool because Ace hates Roger, and he
Oh
never really
yeah.
knew who Roger was. So this is like the first time him actually hearing about the character of Roger, but indirectly because she didn't say his name. So I thought that was dope because I always wanted Ace to actually find out who Roger is as a person because I feel like he never understood that because everyone called him a demon, but from what we know, Roger's just like Luffy is a stand-up dude. So that was that part of the flashback was dope. The rest I could do without. Um, I do like. I think the flashback stuff, the fact that Yamato is the one that made the Viver card that Ace gave to Luffy, that solidifies that Yamato's Straw Hat. Like
Or she's
solidifies
there
it to me.
along for the ride, like Carrick.
Or she's along for the ride, but that solidifies it. Like if anyone doesn't think Yamato's not going out to sea, you're goofy because that just
She's
that's
there.
definitive. He's going. Um, but yeah, it's kind of mid for a 1000 chapter, and Sanji's not in it, so I made that I changed my IV in the chat to salt because I was mad salty that he wasn't in it.
Oh,
I was mad salty that he wasn't in it. It's just, but I do love the portrayal of Marco. I always knew, like Chris said, Marco versus Big Mom early in Wano, and then people were like downplaying Marco, and he's just showing us again that he's on a different level than other Yonko crew commanders. So I like that. Fuck with that. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's an average chapter, but the fact that it's 1,000 is kind of like
It's the letdown.
going down.
It's
and
the
you
very
hyped it
letdown.
up too. You gave us that hype factor. It's kind of like
He
come
said,
on.
"Oh, I'm gonna do my best to make sure we get to chapter 1,000." It's like, this is it. A Gear 3
Yeah.
attack, please. You could have did Gear Snake Man with a, you know,
Yeah, bro. He's Gear 5th with him doing like a new pose or some shit. Like,
yeah, could have did something. Gear 3 is, come on, man. He looked more imposing in Fishman Island with that when he did that Gear 3 Gatling on Hody Jones.
oh yeah.
So it's like this was okay, but you barely see Kaido's body when he gets hit. He's just in the ground. I don't know. I just didn't like the composition of the panel. It didn't seem like, you remember the panel that he did where Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon. It was like a double spread.
Mm.
Amazing. Like you could have did it like that, but I mean it was good. I'm not gonna try to shit on it, but it's not all that. If y'all hyping
Leave
it up,
that to me.
yeah. Cam told you. Cam told the truth without sugarcoating it. So I'm gonna try to do my best to be optimistic, but I don't know. It wasn't it for me. That's all I feel about it.
All right. Well,
But I'll say this: some last minute One Piece news for all my gotcha gamers out there. They're actually releasing a Legend Odin and a Legend Goldie Roger.
I
For
gotta
New
see that
Year's.
card art.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you, bro. But this is like the first time I think in any like video game medium that we actually get to see Roger in works. So that's pretty dope. So
That is dope.
Mm-hmm.
on my One Piece Treasure Cruise veterans, look out for that. I think that's actually tomorrow night, so you already know I'm gonna be busting bank for that nigga Roger.
Hey, so that's One Piece. Quick news before we get into our year in review. Attack on Titan, supposedly the manga is in its last 3-4 chapters because the volume, I guess they announced the volume supposed to be out later. So I guess people saying it's in the
Final
last
volume?
3-4 chapters. Yeah, the final volume's coming out soon. So we're in the final 3-4 chapters. So keep in mind, manga's probably coming to an end. So what if it's 3-4 chapters? We already March or April is when Attack on Titan the manga's ending. Who knows how the anime is ending? So
And y'all, and quick, because I know we got some other stuff to talk about. Do y'all see that the current where y'all are at in the manga? Do you see it ending in that
Yeah.
span?
they're at the final fight now. So or at least
spoil it. What's the final fight?
Spoiler. So fast forward like a minute or two. Pretty much as of right now, anybody in the survey corps that isn't a corpse yet, they're fighting on the dinosaur spine of what Eren is, I guess, and a bunch of Titans pulling up on niggas.
Oh, so are they trying to kill Eren or the Titans?
I'm confused. Eren specifically. Armin got snatched up.
Yeah, he got snatched up. He got violated by.
He just like it. Just I like. He got snatched up, but yeah. So it's the final battle right now. So yeah, and then also the Attack on Titan final season is going to start on Toonami. I'm surprised the English dub is actually aligned so perfectly right now. But the English dub, which is going to be on Toonami, starts on January 9th. So you niggas who want to hear English, that's perfectly fine.
Wait. Going back to that final chapter shit. So does that mean that what people were saying, like Mikasa versus Eren, that was like that's basically what that final fight is? Mikasa is gonna kill
It's
Eren?
everybody. It's like the Survey Corps with Reiner, Annie, other people, Titans that's on their side, and Eren's in a group of Titans.
They're trying to be diplomatic too.
Yeah,
because
it's like a war. It's like, yeah, like clearly Mikasa and them trying to talk, but
like Mikasa wants some dick. Okay, I understand that.
So yeah, see, that's the consistency. But yeah, so Toonami, the English dub starts January 9th on Toonami, so be on the lookout for that. Uh, HBO Max is also adding a bunch of nice little things going to next year because I guess they realize that Wonder Woman's cheeks, so to appease us, they're adding Ed and Eddie, Kids Next Door, Cursed Cowardly Dog, Grim Reapers of Billy and Mandy, uh, Batman Beyond, and the Batman animated series.
Yo, I'm gonna check that out.
So you new subscribers, there's a lot of nice things coming on there to relive our childhood. Shout out to Batman Beyond because I love that series a lot.
Batman Beyond's dope.
Mm.
And Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, I rock with heavy too.
Fuck Billy, I like. Fuck all that. Fuck Eddie. Fuck all that. My nigga Courage the Calorie Dog is about to get all the love he deserves. And folks,
I'm not watching that Return to
I'm
Slab episode.
binge watching the whole.
I'm not bro. That was my fucking nightmare as a kid, bro.
Return to the Slab, G.
Wait,
I couldn't go into the basement for a month because I thought that nigga
which one? Was it King Ramsey?
Yeah, the Return to the Slab. I can't.
Scariest episode of Courage, bro.
I
What?
can't.
Nobody like, oh man, King Ramsey episode 1. Chris, don't say it. I already know you about to say it.
What?
I already know you about to say, oh, I wasn't scared of that episode.
Nah, I was scared of that little nigga. What the fuck you talking about, G?
Nigga scared the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah,
My
G,
basement
like,
was going
it's the
into-
tone. It was like Return to Slab. Like,
and the
bro,
CGI and his movements. G,
Yeah, it
yo.
was creepy as hell.
Hey, legend has it. Hey, I'm gonna keep it buck. Legend has it. I still haven't watched that full episode, bro. That episode made me damn near shit my pants when I was a kid.
I had to watch the hell out that
Return to
episode, G,
Slab.
because we went to bed to Cartoon Network, G, so that should be on. But yeah, so a lot of classic Cartoon Network heat is gonna be on there. I think they also add in another. I think they add in a Batman movie too. I'm not sure what animated Batman movie they added, but some heat's gonna be on there. And finally, last piece of news, back to Cyberpunk. So the investors, it's gonna be it's specific. The investors are planning to do a lawsuit on
Class action lawsuit.
Cyberpunk class action. So I really can't wait for the people to get the class action joint. But the investors are unhappy solely, and it's primarily because the investors felt like they were lied
It's
to.
basically false advertisement.
Yeah, false advertising, being lied to.
Which, depending on how they present certain things, they can get a case. Because there's the fact that Cyberpunk, when it came to the PS4 and the Xbox One versions, they hid that shit, and they were using upscale PC to footage a lot of their games, and they were telling the investors that like, oh, don't worry, it'll work out, we'll get it fixed. So it's like, there's a lot of legitimacy and money talks. So we go see how it goes. I'm not gonna say much on the issue. I'm gonna wait till more articles come out. But when them investors is mad, G, they mad and they want their money.
Exactly. Especially when like the stock and shit dropped like 30%.
34%. Yeah.
Like,
They
bro,
lost.
like that's a lot of money in a pandemic that they're losing on. So it's like I'll be triggered too. Like we on y'all ass. So, but that's it for news. So let's go ahead and get into our year in review. So we're gonna be hitting on top anime, games, moments, stuff involving our friend group. So like L of the year, W of the year, stuff like that. Funniest moments. So
that moments was hard as hell for me.
It was low key because it was a lot of fun little moments throughout the year. I'll go first. We're gonna do games first because I know literally that's probably gonna be easiest for most of us. My top 5. Now this is based solely on what I played, and I really didn't buy or play a lot this year. So I'm just letting it be known right now. This is based off what I played. Cam might literally have the best list amongst all of us, but he spent bread on games this year. Cyberpunk is not here. If I had to extend my list to 10, it would be 8. Just letting people know. But anyway, my top 5 games of this year. Number 5, Resident Evil 3. It's tied between
did
Resident
come
Evil
out this year.
Yeah, Resident Evil 3, and it's tied with NBA 2K21 Next Gen specifically. I really love 2K on next gen, and I also love Resident Evil 3. It was just a fun challenge in terms of Resident Evil 3 specifically. I still hate that Nemesis fight where it's like the final one, and that nigga, you're in the freaking sewer pit, and the mother zombies pop up. Fuck that fight, G. And also, no offense, I love Black One with a passion, but the one with the black lady zombie with the dreads, I hate her with a passion. I hate her still, but I really enjoy the game. The hospital stage is probably my favorite, even though it's most frustrating. I love that stage because it really felt like a true challenge in terms of, hey, you're in this tight little enclosed space and you're gonna probably get worked. And if you're not using some strategy and using ammo correctly, you will get clapped. But I really enjoyed that. Enjoy Resident Evil 3. Number 4, Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm still not fully done with the game yet, but it is definitely a really, really fun experience, especially once it stops crashing. I really enjoyed the game more once it stopped crashing. It just brought back the feels of just how great the Spider-Man game was, but also just the Miles Morales experience is just dope in itself. Number 3, some people might be mad at this, but I don't give a fuck. Among Us is number 3. Among Us was a fun time in the party, G. I don't care. Among Us was just a fun ass time in the party, and I even played a few times with some people in that Black Anime Nerds group. Don't ask how the experience truly was, but it was fun in itself, and just full of niggas. Daytrails pretty much made that moment fun, and he would always get me and DC the fuck up out of here, in both ways, but it was real fun, and for what it was, a real simple ass game, it was fun. That's all I asked for. Number 2, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, episode 1. We have specific here, episode 1. Beautiful game, a definition of how a remake should be. Like, I know I have Resident Evil 3 on here, and that's a remake as well, but compared to Final Fantasy VII, this is like a perfect remake. Beautiful game in itself, besides like when they kind of did that bullshit ass pre-rendered background shit. But beautiful game, fun gameplay. The gameplay is just so smooth, a lot of strategy. You can still be basic with it. If you want to be turn-based, you can do turn-based as well. Story, I enjoy it compared to what some of the Final Fantasy VII fanboys say. I hate this new story. I love this story. I love it a lot more, and makes me like the characters more. Also, Sephiroth being on Cloud's mind rent free is a moment. He was in that man's head rent free all game long, and I respect it. Number 1, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that has this number 1, and I don't care. Ghost of Tsushima is my game of the year. I don't care what y'all feel. I don't care. It's my opinion. But I genuinely enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima from start to finish. Was it a long journey? Yes. Could have been boring at times. Definitely. But I truly had fun playing the game. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the gameplay. I really didn't have much problems besides bears on my ass and spear niggas. Fuck them niggas. Once I also realized not to talk to niggas who had a sad backstory.
Is this us, Daytrail?
No, that's not Cuz.
What?
Cuz right next to me. That's below us, I believe.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking y'all heard something. Oh.
It's either below us or outside.
Oh.
I think it's probably outside.
Oh. But yeah. Overall, I love this game. And then the multiplayer in itself was really fun playing with you guys, other friends and stuff. It was a really fun experience. Some niggas just ain't shit. Plain and simple. But Assassin niggas are just toxic, but they also the most broken class in the whole game. Yeah. So, but it's just, I genuinely enjoyed the experience, and it was, for one of to be the biggest AAA titles of the year, it met the hype for me at least. So.
All right, I'm gonna go try and knock this out the way. This is not in any particular order. It's coming from my memory. Also, all the games kind of made me good. So, big shout out to my homie Cam. 2 of the games on this list is because he bought it and he told me to play it. All right. Actually, this is in some order. I'm just going to say number 1 right now. Persona 5 Royale. Beautiful game, amazing game. Literally just added some more stuff. All right, another game on my list is Dragon Quest Elusive Age. Now look, it came out December 4th, but that joint is a slapper, dog. And it was considered a 2020 game because it came out so late.
Yeah.
Slapper, okay? Dragon Quest Elusive Age, slapper. I can remember turning on that loud ass menu screen. Dun, 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 dun. Slapper, okay? So that's 2 down. Cyberpunk, we just talked about that. I get this shit wrote down. Fuck. Fuck. And you, Cyberpunk, Dragon Quest Elusive Age. That's pretty much it. I don't get not fucking Kakarot. Fuck Kakarot. That's it.
Oh, that did come out this year.
Oh,
That definitely did
2K21.
come out this year.
That's it. I got nothing else.
That's it. All right, mine is quick because I don't have 5 because I didn't buy no games like that. So I got top 3, and the number 1 on my top 3 is Pirate Warriors 4. Any moment I was bored, I did play it. So, and I had hella fun playing with Ritsu Sanji. And any moment where like I kept deleting games, that one's still downloaded on my system. So, number 2.
And the multiplayer that we played was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, that was dope. And I'm still playing it right now. I mean, on occasion, but yeah, the most enjoyment I've probably gotten this year. I haven't had any issues, no complaints. I wasn't mad. Like it was pure satisfactory every time I played it. My number 2 is Ghost because I think that's the only other game I bought this year, and I did enjoy playing online with the guys. It was fun. The jokes we had about it was hilarious. The moment where Chaz was explaining to me about the homosexual nature of samurais and how that made those sauna scenes or like the little hot spring scenes made me feel weird after that. But the duels was amazing. The little cinematic elements that they put within those was dope. So amidst all the downs about the game, I did enjoy a lot of goods. And then the third one was Among Us. Probably one of the funniest games I played with the guys behind Monopoly, because Monopoly was the funniest game we played all year.
That was the most toxic.
It was funny as hell, though. And I won. I did not win a single game on Among Us alive. So, but I don't know if Monopoly counts, so I just put Among Us there. But that's it for me.
Hold on, Kel. My bad. Y'all gotta ridicule me. Put me on the clown list for this, because I said I was gonna do this game and I didn't. And it's really, hey, my bad. Buzz Snacks on that list, bro. I apologize, y'all, for y'all Buzz Snacks fans. I apologize.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's in his name.
Buck snack fans.
That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
My bad.
All right, so for me, I got an honorable mention. I said before, man, I really like the game. Cyberpunk 2077 is in my honorable mention. It's probably, despite all of its glitches and flaws, because y'all know I do not fuck with Western RPGs like that. I fucking hate Fallout, Skyrim fucking sucks, and Witcher 3 is a bunch of mid-juice. So, me to play this game more than twice says a lot, and I enjoy it, so it's on my honorable mention. Number 5 is Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. This would have been my number 1 if not for that botched ass fucking release that they had. I'm still on your ass about that. This Nipponichi. I'm on your ass because y'all doing this guy at 6. This shit better not happen for this guy at 6 next year, but we'll have a massive problem. Number 4 was Miles Morales. Fucking love that game. Story, gameplay. Like I said, Wonder Woman take notes the subtle nature in which they portrayed the black experience in America. Dope. Number 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Loved it. This is coming from somebody who thought the original Final Fantasy VII was a bunch of mid juice. It was about a dude with a pointy sword fighting an overprotective mama's boy with a long sword. But I mean, you'll see what we mean when we get into the future episodes of Final Fantasy VII. Like, a lot of people portray Sephiroth as a badass, but, and I mean, I'm a mama's boy too, so I relate to him, but he takes a little bit too far. But like the game, number 2 is Persona 5 Royale. Like me and Detrail said, they made a perfect game even more perfect. Even though the ending was kind of trash, the new ending was kind of booty butt cheese. But I still like the game and got 400 plus hours on the original, and now I got like 100 plus hours on the Royale. So That says a lot. And then number one, this was a surprise for me because I knew nothing about this game and I bought it off of a whim, but I fucking loved it. And I'm mad that it got gypped at the Game of the Year awards. Y'all know it, Aegis Rim 13 Sentinels is my personal game of the year. I fucking love this game from start to finish. Story was amazing, gameplay was amazing, music was phenomenal. I listen to that shit when I'm taking a shower sometimes too. Like this game hit every mark. This is a big W for. I think that this is also Atlas too. So hey, shout out to Atlas for having the top 2 spots this year. Keep up the good work. So that's my list, and I'm saying this: go get Aegis Rim. This is a sleeper. Get it, play it, and love it. That's it for me.
Damn, hold on. I know what we trying to do for my meeting, but I think it's a disservice if Cam don't shout out because I know Cam played a lot of games. Cam, give us 3 more, G. 3 more. I know your
Like,
and everything.
Wait, did Judgment come out this year or was that last year?
Judgment last. Oh, but speaking of Judgment, Yakuza Like a Dragon is definitely on that list. I fucking love that game. There's a huge shift in the gameplay. But I think that for what they were trying to do, because they were clearly capitalizing on Persona, because it's a Sega game, so they're capitalizing on Persona's role playing system, and they did a good job with the wackiness that is the Yakuza series. So that's definitely up there. Proud Proud of Mana, which was the remake that Square Enix did for the game that was only available in Japan, Seiken Densetsu 3. That was a pretty good game. I never did get a chance to finish it, but I think that game was really good for what it was worth. And last but not least, I'll say even though this game didn't come out this year, I don't think it came out this year. I don't know, but I played it this year. Catherine Full Body, despite me almost going into a realm that I did not want to go into with one of those paths. I love the storytelling, I love the gameplay, and I think the game was solid. So I did play a shit ton of games. I'll tell you that. Like I played a lot of fucking games this year, like Datrell was saying. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to beat all of them. But come tax season, I'll capitalize. That's it for me.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into anime. So as Cam is into games, for me it was anime, G. I watched a shit ton of shit. And some of it was shit. I'm gonna be real. But I also watched a lot of good, a lot of mid, a lot of stuff. So some of the stuff I did watch, like I'm gonna try to keep my top 5 to be of what came out this year. But I did watch some stuff that came out previously that I really felt that was really good that I watched this year. So those gonna be my honorable mentions. So Made in Abyss came out last year or a couple years ago. Watched it this year, early parts of this year. Whew. Like whew. Look, man, if you haven't watched Made in Abyss, watch Made in Abyss. It is so freaking good. I think it's still on Amazon Prime, so you can watch it on there if you got Prime Video. Check it out. That is really freaking good. Violet Evergarden, that's on Netflix. If you also
That's
want to
really
be
good.
in your feelings, but it's a really good slice of life story. If you want to be in your feelings, because some episodes will have you sit there and be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But gee, it is really good, really good. I challenge you to watch it because it might make you shed a tear. You watch Your Lie in April, so I'm gonna challenge you to check that out.
Really good.
Also, Your Lie in April, because I actually finished it because I think we as a collective tried to say, okay, let's see who could shed a thug tear at this. Your Lie in April is up there as well. Something I watched. That gambling anime. I don't know how to pronounce the freaking title of it, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Okay, Guru or something like that.
Ake Gurui.
Kake Guru or whatever, because I know that came out I think last year or whatever. That was really good as well. So yeah, I think that's it for all my top honorable mentions that came out previous years. But let's go ahead. So my actual list in no particular order. I'm I'm throwing in Haikyuu. Only one that's legit is solid number one is Haikyuu. Haikyuu, because I started that this year, but since it kept going and it started up throughout the year, that's my number one. That's clear cut number one. Haikyuu was the shit. Kim's probably gonna stand it as well, but literally for you to make volleyball lit with a good story, engaging characters, bro, that's all I could really sit there and say. Haikyuu's the shit, plain and simple, number one. And my other four, I'm just gonna go ahead and mention. Tower of God was really good. I enjoyed Tower of God. The third season of Psycho Pass was really good in terms of storytelling. And I liked the new I grew to like the new characters they introduced. Millionaire Detective. The fact I have 2 cop anime in my top 5. But Millionaire Detective deserves all the honor and the praise that it deserves. My man's is a freaking vibe, and I enjoyed every moment of it. Uzaki-chan was the best slice of life of this year. And I'm also, one more honorable mention of something I watched throughout the year was Ahiru no Sora, which was that basketball anime of the little midget folks struggling to get his team going, G. So I really enjoyed that story. But yeah, so that's my top 5.
All right, let me blitz through this because y'all know me. I'll apologize to the people who listen to us. Apologize to my homies. I ain't watch shit that much. I did watch some things, but I like to go on hiatus. That I'm gonna start breaking that. I like to go on hiatus after I binge watch a couple things, because if y'all didn't catch it now on this podcast, I don't like to be a critical analytic type person. I always like to give things that are, up here. So I don't, because once you start watching a lot of anime, you start comparing shit, and I just want to, let shit breathe. But I will stop that, and I'll try not to be critical. Always, give my certain, critiques, not critiques, but my thoughts and stuff. But off the top of my head, Tower of God would be like 5. That's one of the few things I watch weekly. I enjoyed it for what it is. It's still fuck Rachel gang in this bitch until otherwise.
I'm probably the only one who rocks with Rachel in some capacity.
But other than that, I would say I watched Erased. Erased was amazing. Made me feel some type of way. I binge watched Trigun, finished that. Amazing. OG anime. That nigga Vash the Stampedo. I'm gonna get me a Vash t-shirt that Byron got. I'm either gonna rob him or find it and buy it. There's a fire t-shirt.
Hey yo, Byron. Matter of fact, hold on, Byron. You listen. If you listen, we own your ass, G.
Oh yeah, we own your ass.
We own your ass.
Be like that sometimes. Any other thing that I watch on the podcast, y'all listeners will know if I praise it or not. But all I round it up to just say is this: Your Lie in April is my number 2, and I watched that the year. Only anime to make me literally not shed a third tear, because Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood made me shed a third tear at the end. But this is the only anime that literally made me get a frog in my throat. Oh, it made me talk like this when I'm trying to. That's the only anime that made me do that shit. I cried. I binge watched in a day. Did I cry some more? All I did was fucking cry. I'm a man. I can tell that I cried. Did I feel like a bitch watching it? No, I feel like a very, very emotional creature. That's what I felt like. I was dwelling in emotions, and it was a beautiful anime. It was beautifully animated. It caught me at a loop. And when she said it all started with a lie in April, I bawled. So that's it for me. Like I said, I will change that. Best believe.
What about Berserk?
All right, so y'all, I'm doing. That's 2 clowns for me today, bro. I'm fucking stupid.
Chaz gonna bust through that door.
Bro.
Yo, Chaz is about to bust through the door. So you ain't mentioned Berserk, my nigga?
That's my
He's
nigga
going.
right there.
Yo, he was about to come choke your ass out like Melvin.
I finished that watching with my homie crib, G. He know it. He heard the fucking thing, so nothing can go wrong. So like, no, Berserk is up there, definitely. I didn't finish the manga yet because that's a lot of reading. And like my nigga, who's that? Sabo said.
I ain't reading that shit.
I'm gonna finish the manga when I get the chance. Cuz got the book. I have no fucking. That's it for me. Appreciate you, Ken, for helping me out.
I got a lot of honorable mentions. Like I'm gonna try to keep my main top 5 from anime this year, but for my honorable mentions is Neon Genesis Evangelion. Shout out to Byron and Chaz for putting me on, because that was an amazing watch. I haven't watched the new little rebuild series stuff, but I'm gonna get on that. But that was an amazing watch. Like, there's a lot of animes that try to be like fake deep or be visually stunning and make me think. That's one of the few anime where I'm like, I actually thought, and not like some corny like, um, you know, thinking about human existence type stuff. I was actually like diving into characters. Like, I liked a lot of the characters in that show. So Neon was dope. Code Geass, shout out to Kim. Watched that this year. Code Geass was amazing. That ending, I'm an older brother, so seeing anything that has where you have an older brother trying to protect your little sister, that hit, and that ending just made me. I was just sitting there. Lelouch is one of the best main characters of all time.
Ooh, why did I
corny,
forget that? Yo,
bro.
yeah, Code Geass is in my honorable
Code
mention
Geass.
as well, G.
I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, bro.
I
Code
watched a
Geass was
lot.
amazing. Both of these animes I mentioned are in my new top 10. So if I put them in the list, they would have been on like that would have been number Code Geass would have been 1, Neon Genesis would have been 2, but I'm gonna leave it. And then Vinland Saga. And Vinland Saga is the best anime I watched this year. Out of everything I watched, it would have been number 1 if it came out 2020. But since we're talking about our 2021s, then I'm gonna get to that. But Vinland Saga is the best anime I watched this year. Fucking lit opening, amazing main character, amazing characters overall. Just love the animation. Just watch it. I can't. Me talking about it isn't gonna help. You just gotta watch it. But my top 5, starting at 5, is Uzaki-chan. I watched that purely off of everybody talking about it. I didn't want to check it out because the whole big boob. I didn't know how old she was. So y'all told me they was in college. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. But it's hilarious. I read the manga. I'm caught up on the manga after I watched the anime. So I love it. It's a hilarious little slice of life. Check it out. Don't be horny and watch it for horny reasons. Just watch it for the
Movies.
Yeah, hey man, do better. Do better 2021. But
Good
number
luck.
4 is Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm only putting it there because I'm reading it. So I watched I watched the anime and it's dope, but the only reason why it's on this list because I'm reading the manga and I'm enjoying the manga right now. Where you guys are at in the anime, it's okay. I know a lot of people are talking about Junpei and shit. I didn't care when I was reading it. And then I watched it. I still don't care about that little.
Oh, so spoilers for me. Is that nigga like actually dead?
Yep.
Wait, who?
Junpei.
The Sake nigga. What the fuck? Why the fuck you put him in the opening?
They was sending y'all off when I was watching that opening. They was sending you guys off.
opening.
Yo,
you
that
guys
nigga,
off.
because I was like, okay, there was, I forgot to mention in quick news, Jujutsu Kaisen episode 14 ain't dropping for like 3 weeks. But this week's episode, I'm like, when Itadori said you had to kill somebody, and if you felt the type of way, I'm like, huh? I'm like, I thought he was talking about the little
revive him on some
Yeah.
friendship is magic stuff, but like, the fuck is that opening? Damn.
They was sending y'all. I was laughing when I was watching the opening because my sister was watching it, and she was like, "Oh, it's another redeeming a character," and I just was laughing to myself.
Hey, the fact that they killed dude, matter of fact, G, it's in my top 5 now, G. Because I'm like, hey, I respect it. That means y'all don't give a fuck. Cool.
I didn't like dude though, so like, when I was reading it, I didn't really care. But I respect that they, didn't, try
Just
to
let the
redeem
fuck
him.
out of us. G.
Yeah, dude. From what I know, he's dead. That's. And maybe later on down the road they do some shonen shit and bring niggas back to life, but right now he's dead. So yeah. Jujutsu at 4.
Lay it down.
Number 3 is Fire Force. Actually, no. That's cap. Number 3 is The Great Pretender. That was a dope anime to watch.
That.
Visually pleasing. I like the little heist theme that they were going with. It wasn't necessarily going to be predictable, but it was very entertaining in terms of the characters and characterization and how they bounced off of each other. I enjoyed that. So that was a fun little watch. And it was an anime me and my sister could watch together. Our tastes don't mix much, so that's one of the few that we both enjoyed watching together. So that was a dope moment. Number 2 is Fire Force. Number 2 is Fire Force. I loved binging that. I'll hold that out for not watching the first season, but I caught up on season 2 right after the last episode came out, y'all talked about it, but I made it nonetheless. But the animation on that show is the only downfall is Tamaki and who else? The
Pink haired girl.
pink haired evangelist. That is the lamest villain or the lamest character arc I've ever watched. I don't like her at all, and I hate her more than Tamaki because I get what Tamaki is doing. I get what they're trying to do with that. It's not for me. That's some pedo shit. But I get what y'all trying to. That pink haired girl. I don't know what you were trying to do. I don't know what type of anarchy, masochist, sadist, whatever archetype you're trying to go for. You failed. You let me down, Fire Force. But Benny Maru's dope. Animations of Arthur's amazing. Shinra's amazing. Ibana's amazing. I love a lot of the main cast. And if there's an anime where I remember the names of the characters, you did a good job. So yeah, that's for Fire Force. And then number 1 is Oragairu. I know Cam calls it what'd you call it?
Psychology.
Philosophy 101?
Philosophy,
bro.
the romance.
Philosophy romance, bro. 101 G.
I'll say this. Because Cam is right to it. Like there's a lot of talking. He's not lying. But for me, I relate a lot to Hikigai because in high school, for me, I did a lot of moments where I thought I was smarter, and I was the smartest nigga in the room. So when he was doing that little inner monologue stuff, I related to him.
I fuck with it too. I used to do that shit too. Okay.
I love his character. He's funny as hell. He stayed who he was throughout the entire anime. He did everything he wanted to do his way, stuck to it, and he got the girl. And he came up with one of the best quotes. And what did he say, Chris? What was the word he said? I'm gonna distort your life.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna distort your life, G.
Distortion, bro.
That line works, by the way.
I'm using it.
That line works, by the way, G. That's
Hell
all
no.
I'm gonna say. That line works.
Get the fuck out of here.
It works.
Distort people's lives.
You don't phrase it like his goofy ass did.
I'm
But
about to say, bro, that's some corny shit, bro.
Hey, the line worked. You got to be smooth with it, G.
The subtitle when I saw it, I'm like, man, you pulled the dictionary on it. I like that. But
that's distort your pussy.
Use it wisely.
You gotta have proper game to use that, G.
Exactly. She gotta like you first. Don't just randomly hit her with it. You just gonna hold that. But that's it for me for this year.
All right, so for me, I'll give my honorable mentions, which are I think actually all of my anime are 2020 anime. So my honorable mention goes to Jujutsu Shippuden and ReZero Season 2. Jujutsu Shippuden's really good, man. Like I said before, bro, we had a point in our life where we comparing shit to OG Naruto and fucking Shippuden. I feel old. Shout out to that. ReZero Season 2, the only reason why I didn't make my top 5 because that ending was fucking terrible. Trash. And it kind of ruined the whole. It kind of ruined the season for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
That shit was ass. So number 5 is Fire Force Season 2. Really liked it. Fuck that pink hair shorty. Bitch was annoying as shit. You didn't learn your lesson with Tamaki that I thought you did in Season 1. Fucking fools. But shout out to the Soul Eater. Shout out to the Soul Eater Universal Cinematic Universe, whatever you're trying to build. I fuck with it, and I'm looking forward to what happens in Season 3. Number 4 is the Misfit of Demon Academy. We first fried that show because we was like, yo, this show's kind of mid, but like as I was only
it did pick up.
I love it, and the ending reminded me of Code Geass with Lelouch's sacrifice, so I fucked with it. And I like the dynamic that they had between the main character and the hero. So the Demon King and hero of the story. So it was a dope show. I don't know if it's gonna get a season 2 because the way it ended, but if it does,
no, it's confirmed to get a season 2. It's confirmed.
Oh,
it's just I don't think it's coming out till I don't think it's coming out to 2021. I don't remember. It might come out this year, but COVID might push it back.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to it. Number 3 is Tonikawa Over the Moon. Damn shame you didn't have that on your list, Chris. But I fucking loved it. This is the best romance anime of the year. And especially after the heaping cesspool of gonk that was Rent a Girlfriend. I needed that cream shit, and that was Tony Kawa. So shout out to that. Millionaire Detective. Shout out to my chum,
A
my
vibe.
boy, Daisuke.
Mm.
Man, they was doing some Nova shit, bro. So I fuck with it. And then number one, y'all already fucking know what's number one. I've been saying this shit. Fucking Haikyuu over the top, season 4, whatever, the entirety of Haikyuu. I watched this whole fucking show in an entire, like, episode 1 hooked me. And I rewatched a lot of shit from Haikyuu. Like damn near like I rewatched season 3 at least like 3 times, like throughout the entire year. Season 2, I rewatched like the final match between them and Iowa High so many times. Season 4, part 2, the match between them and the twins was fucking amazing. The moments, everything about that show. You made someone who don't care about sports,
Care.
especially fucking volleyball, stand the fuck out of your show, dog. That's an accomplishment, bro. So big ups to Haikyuu being my personal anime of the year. You deserve it. Y'all the GOAT. And I cannot wait for season 5, the match between them and Nekoyama, the battle of the garbage dump. That's it for me.
All right. So next is our top 5 moments. So this, and I think I mentioned it to y'all, but it could range from anything from gaming, manga, and anime. My Vinland Saga ended this year, right? Daytrail? Like the final episode was this year. It wasn't?
I think it was before 2019. I mean 2020.
I don't know. Probably feel like it ended like the first week of January. I don't know. It feels weird. But if not, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. But Honorable mentioned Vinland Saga ending because I'm not exactly sure of the timing. But that Vinland Saga last episode slapped. I don't care what nobody say. That was a fire way to end the show.
It would have been 10 out of 10 if when he dropped that knife in the montage play after he played the opening.
Oh, bro, you was
Oh man,
3 days, 3 days, bro. It was 3 days.
It's 3 days short.
It aired on the 29th of December.
Well, and look, man, it still count. I don't care. Like, I don't care. G.
Was 2020.
No, the last
December
episode.
29th. The last episode was December 29th.
I was about to say, I got another clown coming.
but still, no, like that last episode was just fire. It deserves an honorable mention because it still feels like recently. That's just how close. I know it's close, but just that last episode was fire. Just how my man's said, you know what, man, fuck all of this, G. Everybody's up out of here, G. So now the actual list. So number 5. I know it's not really anime exactly, but it relates. Death Battle turning Rock Lee into a pack was the greatest thing, one of the greatest moments of this year. Death Battle turning Rock Lee into a backwood. I don't care what nobody says, G. We needed that, G. We needed that. And I'm in terms of we as in the black people who don't sit there and say Rock Lee has hands, he could beat anybody. Because just because you have hands, you get your ass kicked. And literally, Sanji whooped that man's ass and dominated that man. So I want y'all to understand.
Shout out for King of Lightning because he recently made a video called Rock Lee Sucks.
I saw that.
Hey, I gotta check it out, man. See, now I have to check it out.
I'm a martyr in this bitch.
Yo, I'm mad Daytrail but he is a martyr, G. Daytrail's the martyr, G. He is the one who started the slander. They tried to get him out of here. But regardless, shout out to Death Battle. That's the only credit that we ever gave you guys. Is shout out to y'all for getting that man up out of there. Number 4 was when Sephiroth first appeared on Final Fantasy VII. When he just popped up in the nigga cloud while he walking the street. That was epic, G. I literally I had a save file just to replay that moment because I just liked how that nigga, like, even though that the meme living rent free in your head popped up, I think around a couple months ago. Sephiroth started that shit back in March.
Yeah.
Cause he was in that nigga Cloud head said, look man, I'm here.
No, that nigga was a prelude to Johnny Silverhand.
That's why the game got delayed.
Bro, I need a now. Okay, PC niggas, I need a PC mod of fucking Johnny Silverhand as fucking Sephiroth.
Gee, we need that.
Clouds. Yeah, I
We
need
need
that shit.
We need that, bro. PC gamers, do y'all thing, G, please. So Sephiroth just literally just on that nigga's Cloud's mind, G, non-stop. Mandalorian as a whole, G. Mandalorian as a whole is just a whole vibe. Like, especially the last episode of season 2, but it was just a whole ride, a whole journey. That's lit in itself. And Baby Yoda. Number 2 was my number 2 is Shiggy. On My Hero, just literally nuking all the heroes, G, like just off of flex and just turning niggas to backwoods, G. I needed that, bro. I needed that just so I could know the levels of what My Hero's trying to go. And he turned pretty much 70% of the heroes probably into literally ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I need somebody to roll up my blunts. I needed that, G. And then my final one is Haikyuu. Everything in Haikyuu, G. All the matches in Haikyuu is a whole vibe, bro. All of them. I don't care. All of them was a moment. And Haikyuu in itself is a moment, and I love that shit, G. But if we had to be very specific, if I had to be very, very specific, the championship match to get them to nationals against that team. I can't pronounce it. Akira Torizawa? I thought it started with an S.
Yeah, Shira Torizawa.
Oh, see, I'm not pronouncing all of that shit. But bro, when they beat them, bro, I shed a tear. I was happy for them niggas, G. I was so happy.
When all the seniors gathered in a circle and they started crying, G, I felt that shit.
Like, G, I have that as a meme, bro, because I felt that energy of just like, we did that shit, nigga. We did it. So, love it. Love Haikyuu. So those are my top 5 moments.
Somebody else go.
I'll go. For my number 5 moment is Sanji clashing with King and me going on my Discord tirade, trolling Zoro niggas for like months. That was an amazing moment. Number 4 is everything Monopoly related, and just saying like everybody getting online saying, "Hey, are we gonna shoot these dice?" Like, and the reluctancy, but everybody ended up playing and having a good time. The verbal tactics that we all did in our own way.
Y'all let Daytrail talk y'all into giving them the shit.
I'm gonna give Daytrail his props. He made me think that I was getting a profitable outcome while I was getting finessed every time, and it's just crazy. Like, you gotta sit back and just be in awe. Like, I tried my best to not get bamboozled, and I did. So. It is what it is.
After the first time, I was like, never again. I'll stall this game as long as I can.
Hey, man. And some of Daytrail's deals, I ended up winning. I ain't got a single deal.
That's the thing. You win, but you lose.
At the end of the day, I won. And you got to go to the winner's side sometimes. So, but Monopoly was fun as hell. My number 3 is every Dr. Umar moment. I know that's not video games related, but that's just on. I would see all the memes are just hilarious.
Bro, those memes is hilarious.
Fucking funny. My number 2 is reading Vinland Saga. I know that final half is farming simulator, like Daytrail said, but I just like it's the same feel I got when I read Berserk. I don't know. It's a really fun manga experience. Is different. The art is just amazing. It's just like how Berserk is. If you go back in the episodes and you hear me talk about Berserk, just take the same compliments, put it with Vinland Saga, so I don't have to be long-winded. And my number 1 is Muriel getting his quirk back. And I've been waiting. For this day.
He has.
I was quiet. I was under my rock. I was starving. I was malnourished. I was dehydrated. but I've been rejuvenated. Thank you, Horikoshi. This arc is probably my favorite arc because you gave the real one his quirk back. Because I honestly I didn't think he was gonna get it anytime soon. I was waiting till like a time skip, and maybe even then I don't know because it didn't seem good. But pulled through, Horikoshi. You did the right thing. You got my letter. You took my instructions and you followed through, and I appreciate it. But those are my top moments for the year.
All right. Oh, you got it,
No, go ahead, Kim. Go ahead.
All right. So for me, top 5 moments, an honorable mention goes to me deleting that gunk ass game Sword Art Online. Shit was fucking trash.
Yo, Cam did buy that shit, G.
Fucking hated that fucking game. Oh, shit was a piece of shit. And they even go into further detail. So recently, the Xbox Game Pass actually put the fucking Gun Gale Online Sword Art a game for free.
I think Extra played
So
that too.
I played like the first hour of it, and that first hour was better than like the 5 hours or however many hours I put into that game before I fucking deleted that.
I think most people who play the Sword Art games, they put the Gun Gale game at the highest tier of like, yo, that's
I
good.
can say it looks like it has a lot of premise. It's pretty decent. It's fuck that game. Oh my god. Shout out to taxes. Number 5 would be experiencing 60 frames per second on consoles, more specifically with the Miles Morales game.
Beautiful,
especially with the update where you can actually do it with the ray tracing as well.
Well, I haven't done that yet.
Amazing. Fucking makes the game just that much more enjoyable to play as. Number 4 would be booting up the next gen consoles. Xbox Series X, PS5. The moment, like damn, we here. Despite the COVID shit, we can enjoy some video games and forget about the world. And then I put number 3. Like I said, I really enjoyed this game. The Pan Am ending in Cyberpunk 2077. Really good. So much so that I want to actually experience that ending with the romance option as the male lead, because I know that there's some differences between female and male path, independent on the choices that you make as well. So really good ending. Number 2 was the final confrontation between Cloud and Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII remake. So when they on that freaking broken road and the music starts playing and Cloud pulls up, she was fucking amazing. I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about, bro. That whole fight, everything, even the little sequence where him and Sephiroth had that little bout in like fucking outer space or some shit. Even the callback to the original game where you do the final Omni Slash, they did the shit was amazing. Fucking loved it. And then number 1, like Chris said, damn near you could put fucking any Haikyuu moment on here, and I wouldn't debate with you. But my favorite Haikyuu moment would have to be Hinata Receive. When he got that receive and it did that animation, like me and Miles were jumping when that shit happened. Like we were like, yo, this is fucking amazing. So again, man, Haikyuu, man, y'all did y'all thing. That's it for me.
All right, Trail.
Again, no particular order. The Mandingo Cyberpunk shit.
This is a top podcast.
Can't explain to you how crazy. Just the whole Cyberpunk rollout. When we first found out dick options was a thing. There, bro. Stratosphere. One, I don't know if this counts this year, but I gotta bring that shit up. I think it does, don't it? Because Miles came back. What counts as this year? When Chris got mopped by them niggas in 2K?
I was last year. Y'all gave me L of the year for that, G.
Yeah, we know we gave you L of the year.
G, I already took the L. It's done. It's done now.
That shit was good. Actually, I would say my stint in 2K of 2K19 towards now has been fucking legendary. I don't think I have lost. I think I lost like one game to Chris. Other than that, I don't think I lost to anybody. Me winning that league. But another one would has to be like Cam said, booting up next gen for the first time. Uh, was crazy. A lot of my stuff is probably like sad moments. Not sad moments, but moments I was like, that shit fucked up. Persona 5 Royale, at the end, when old girl just gave you a that was
Right.
my
Like you
moment.
didn't just dick her down like
She
days
just gave you a-
before.
I loved it so much. Like DC said, Monopoly and Among Us, I will go down as the most analytical nigga in this fucking party when it comes to finding a fucking rat. I will tell y'all this right now. Don't there bet not be a snitch among us, because I will find it. But yeah, that I had what was the biggest moment I had in the time? The podcast and all our jokes entirely, the party chats, that was great. Oh, the pan and sex scene. Moment of
Oh
the
my god. That shit is so fucking hilarious, dog.
She's literally sitting there. She like, boom, can I touch you? I'm like, hell yeah.
No, this nigga started touching them. This nigga, they both started touching each other first. And then they were like, oh, you feel that? Oh, I feel that. This shit feels weird. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on,
And
dog?
then when that music hit, shit just started going crazy. It was a camera right there. It was a camera on the
We
windshield.
like started doing all these fucking camera angles, and then the fucking camp got fucking attacked, and they were butt naked in the tank, dog. I'm fucking crying. Gee.
The pan and sexy. Other than that, there's been a lot of moments this year. Probably a lot of moments I couldn't ask, couldn't talk about. I know we a lot of DC characters took a L. I'm talking about our homie DC. A lot of his characters took. I know we clown some shit about that. Was the Ace thing this year? The Ace shit one this year, was it?
The what?
Fucking Wano lasts forever, bro. Yeah, that
It might have
was
been
last
last
year.
year.
That was last year, G.
Yeah, man, that's it for me, bro. Y'all said a fucking lot about it.
Yeah, it was a lot, man. So let's do L. What has anybody really took an L amongst us really that hard? G?
Oh, I got an L of the year.
What would be
My
L of the year?
L of the year, my L of the year goes to COVID-19.
Oh yeah, of course. That's easy. That's a gimme. I think that's a
fuck
universal.
that nigga COVID, like fuck that gunk nigga COVID-19. Just the everything surrounding it. Like, all right, so it's gonna sound bad coming from me, but just know that I'm still very sympathetic and empathetic, right? So I would say that a lot of people are like, yo, 2020 has been like the worst fucking year for me, blah blah blah. 2020 has been one of the best fucking years of my life, regardless of the COVID-19 stuff. And we'll actually get to that W of the year that I got for personally. But yeah, like, you know, business wise, everything like that has been really good for me. But at the same time, I realized the severity of COVID-19. You know, over what is it? It's like 250,000 people now,
300,000,
and going up and higher. Just ridiculous. We had a presidency that didn't care enough to disclose important information regarding it. Didn't show any effort in trying to improve it, and said we're just gonna come with a beautiful new healthcare system to combat it. Just stupid shit like that. So that's my L of the year, goes to just the everything surrounding. Because like honestly, I mean, like prior to, I mean, you know, you had like the death of Kobe and all this other stuff, but like people really started treating 2020 like it was like, oh, this year sucks when COVID became a thing. So, you know, that's my L of the year.
Things get worse than how this year was. Scary sight. I would say my L of the year goes to Project Red. I don't think you could take any bigger L than that.
Yeah.
Even though you have a great game, even if you just want to optimize a little bit, you want to have one of the best games that came out.
I'll be singing this game's praises to the mountaintops, G.
It's no bigger than that. This comes from a dude who hyped himself up for it. I don't think any L is bigger than that. I'm trying to see if. I don't think I would consider if it was subjugate like this L. If Cam took like world L's, I would take the gaming L of the year, and then Chris or DC will take like anime L of the year or something. That'll probably go to fucking Seven Deadly Sins season. That shit was ass.
Oh man.
But like the game of the year, it has to be, and it came right at the end. Cyberpunk.
Man,
I got one. It's more comedic though, but my L of the year goes to all those white dudes that got stomped out in the Black Lives Matter protests. Specifically, the dude that pulled out the bow and arrow, and you didn't let that shit off, and they jumped you.
Honestly, yeah, not even just that. They burnt that. They blew dude's car up. G. They blew his car up. G.
bro, they stomped that nigga out and blew his car. G.
Bro, they treated that nigga like a GTA resident, bro.
He hopped out the car thinking he gonna do something with that bow and arrow, bro.
He's like, hey, what you doing? What you doing? He's like, I'm gonna do it. And they was like, bitch.
Bro. Fucked up. But yeah, and then the other one where like they just swarmed dude and he was just, and then it, like roaches, and then just left him there, like crumpled up on the
Ran up
street.
dude in there on the ground like a fucking Yamcha with some Cybermen, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, we talking dude who pulled out that sword and started chasing
on the
that
machete.
nigga. They was like, oh no, we on your ass.
Yeah, didn't they hit dude with a skateboard?
Yes.
Yes, bro. And they threw a rock at him too.
Right, there's a lot of things in this world that'll hurt if you get hit by. But the fucking wheel of a skateboard,
long at you, G. Don't they call them things trucks, by the way? Yes. So it's like, come on, man.
That lady in a wheelchair who got sprayed and they made the edge entrance off of it, bro.
Oh, bro.
Niggas was too creative during the riots, bro. Holy
yeah, honestly, that's honestly, that's my L of the year is going towards white people, G. Just white people as a whole this year has been acting like a goddamn ass. Like, everybody's acting like an ass, but white people, just in terms of how they handled COVID, Black Lives Matter protests that got out of hand, police brutality shit that got out of hand,
MAGA march,
the MAGA march. Oh my god, the MAGA march.
Y'all look so goofy.
Oh my god, G, so much. Getting angry over mask. So much.
Cut my hair.
So much. Oh, haircuts, like, bro, I never would have
marched to City Hall with guns because they couldn't go to the gym and they couldn't get their haircuts, G.
Dude had a pipe wrench too.
There was a pipe wrench. But just white people as a whole, G. If you're a white person that says, look, man, I hope you're not one of them types. If you are, so be it. You've been listening to us for this long. You should know what you get yourself into. But white people are literally have to hold the biggest L of this year. Because y'all fucked up so many times this year. Y'all part of the problem. Y'all are technically still majority of this country. I hate to phrase it that way. But literally, y'all are the biggest part of why things are fucked up of 2020. Y'all, to appease y'all fucked it up for everybody, G. So literally, hold that big fat L. Please, hold it, cherish it, love it. Hold on tightly to that bitch, because y'all hold that L big time as a collective. As a collective, G. It's sad. But so that's my L of the year. Excuse me. What's the funniest party moment of the year?
I was at the parties like for the beginning, and I took a long ass.
Hey Cam, wasn't that this year when you trolled Beanos and he got mad?
It was because I forgot what game we was playing.
I forgot what game it was, but I literally remember where Cam joined. Cam was barely on the party for like 3 minutes, and all I hear is I'm like, I forgot what was said, and then Cam said, "I am toxic, nigga." I am toxic. I'm like, bro, and Eugene was just got so mad, and he left the party for like the rest of the day. I'm like, it be that way sometimes.
Hey, Beanos, if you're listening to this, bro, all love. I still love you, nigga, but I'm a toxic motherfucker.
Like, G, Cam was like, I am toxic.
I love seeing you mad, nigga.
I came in at the title and all I heard was Beano's Lee. I'm like, the fuck I missed?
Funniest party chat moment, G.
I don't, man, it's so much. My niggas, listen. And it's a lot of y'all, but Chris, bro, I'm sorry. Our WWE 19 fucking chat moments, bro, when that nigga Byron curb stumped the referee, bro. I couldn't, bro. I couldn't. That nigga extra came out with Stevie Ray and said this is how we used to do it back then, bro. I couldn't. G. I couldn't.
Oh my god.
I couldn't take it no more, G. That shit.
You wasn't on the party on this one, G, but it was me, Byron, the extra, and extra had Leviathan, Batista as Leviathan, and G, he was just so annoying, bro. It was so annoying, G. Oh man, that was a time, though, G. The W2K19 modes was a time, G. Oh, bro. Anybody else got what? DZ, you got what?
I don't know, man. Cause like most of my, I said it again. I keep saying I keep repeating myself. Among Us and Monopoly, just
Bro.
say it as a whole, funny moments.
I think the funniest Monopoly one was when I think it was Miles. He said, "No, y'all trying to make Daytra win? Give me your property." And I was like, "Nigga, don't make a difference. I don't want to help neither one of y'all niggas."
Full disclosure, people in the podcast. For some apparent reason, I have a conniving fucking voice, bro. I don't try to have it. And when I fucking talk, niggas think I'm trying to deceive them, bro. I don't have a deceiving bone in my body. I just know how to play a fucking game. I know how treacherous Monopoly is. Am I trying to deceive? No. Am I trying to win? Of fucking course. But am I trying to be like, if you eat this red apple, all your dreams will come true? Fucking no. It's not like that.
What do you wish for?
Now I feel better.
No, it was one Among Us party game where it was funny because Daytra automatically just said it was me. I'm like, bro, I didn't even do nothing at all. All I did was change the wires. Somebody got smoked the first 5 seconds. It was Chris. I'm like, the fuck was me? And everybody believed him. Everybody voted me out. I was like, what the fuck? And I think it was just and it ended up being DC. It ended up being DC.
The fucking when me and Chaz first played Among Us and Chaz dropped into the vent in front. Now this is a L on me too, because I thought from the shit I was watching, I thought you could fucking disguise yourself as one of the crewmates. I didn't know that it shows who you are as you vent. So me and Chaz we super fucking noobs, bro. We just go down, it's like, yeah, just vent, bro. And then they call the meeting and vote that nigga Chaz out. And I'm like, damn.
He said, nigga, I saw you go in the vent, nigga.
Oh, and also y'all was it Byron having couples quarrels with his girlfriend over Among Us? That was mad funny.
Oh
yeah, that shit happened too,
bro. That shit was mad funny.
Oh,
man.
I know I had a moment, and I'm trying to find that moment in which I had, bro. I had one of those moments when I was just going on a joke tangent, and I can't fucking think about it.
No, I think somebody said something about Goku, and you was about to get off. Daytra's like, yeah, I'm about to get off, y'all. Somebody said something about Goku. Daytra went on a rant for 40 minutes straight, and I was like, nigga, I just finished 5 games of the show, and this nigga's still going on.
So is there something bad about Goku?
It was something about Goku, and Daytra was really about to get off. He just went on this rant and just kept going and going.
Oh, I think I was
going.
there for that party moment. I think I was there. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's not that one though. I know I have my Goku moments. It's not that. That's something. I know it's something offensive too. It has to be something. That's my best workers when
I'm trying to remember one of them because I remember one which is
I don't know. We can continue this podcast.
All right. Next group chat moment. So in the actual group, the group me message group chat. Funniest moment on there, off top of my head, when Extra called Ruby Riot 2 can't say him.
That's fucked up.
Damn.
Man, that was solely because they shout out to the WWE divas. They were doing a non-makeup, how they look without their makeup thing. It was like, okay,
yeah.
And like the funny thing is, I noticed it about Ruby Riot. I just didn't say it. Extra just went on, and
Extra
then
don't care, bro. Extra is no filter when it comes to wrestling, G.
G, he called her Toucan Sale without saying it, and then like I remember Day Trail was just like, wait, huh? He said Day Trail was just really like in shock. They said you called her the freaking chick off the damn cereal box, man. What the fuck wrong with you? Like that was hilarious as hell. It was another one. It was a lot of random moments where the group chat just got busting out of nowhere.
Hey, I ain't even gonna cap. Fucking December 21st group chat was lit too, G.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That shit was crazy. So I'm trying to find out. I'm actually looking through the gallery to see in which moments.
There was one time where when I think Byron called Miles, it said Miles and T Grizzly fused, they're gonna be just called Grizzly. To me, it wasn't. It was just hilarious. It's just how Byron just said it randomly. I was like, it's just like, and they'll just be Grizzly. I was just like, okay. It was hella funny group chat moments. It's just I'm really mad I ain't screenshot them up when I had the chance.
Yeah.
G, like the group chat just be busting out of nowhere. G. And then DC will pop up at the end and be like, God damn, what I miss?
Yeah. Cause I turn notifications off. I'd be late.
Y'all notice. I'm like, because the funny when you the admin, you could tell who turns notifications off. I'm like, oh, okay.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
That's some invasion of some fucking privacy right there.
Exactly, bro. Sometimes I just don't want to hear y'all niggas. G.
Which I'm like, hey, look, I understand. Shoot, sometimes I don't want my phone going off crazy too. Shit.
Who's the one that put that Jamaican? No, not the Jamaican. The X-Men.
They trail,
The
bro.
voiceover.
The theme song, G.
Yeah.
Bro, I swear to God, when he said I got a big blue crib he on trip set. Fucking big crib.
That was a bar.
I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. That nigga
went
say I
off,
got you. And that nigga Xavier 10 toes, bro. I was like, nigga can't stand.
So if I knock out Mystique, it ain't domestic chill. That shit killed me, bro. Be mad funny. That shit killed me.
Oh man. Trying to think, it was just a bunch of just random funny shit.
Oh, when we was critiquing the Tinder girl on her anime list.
Oh yeah,
that one was funny.
With Miles
like, what should I do?
Like, this is what you should do.
Oh yeah.
What should I do?
Niggas was like, yeah, bro, make her watch Berserk. Make her watch this shit.
Bro, we gonna get...
And she was like, oh, I like watching Seven Deadly Sins. I was like, in that shit.
Bro, the trash ass list, man. I think.
Oh man, like the group chat had moments.
Damn, nothing still tops the I think it was last year when we did the kid getting his arm taken off by Shanks.
That was just hilarious. But that's a classic.
That
was a classic.
Y'all was chipping my sanity away.
Yo, DC was so mad at us.
My sanity has been gone. I don't even like the nigga like that. I don't know why I did that, but all those times I screenshot them Discord niggas trying to be fake gangsters.
Oh my god,
or the incohesive paragraphs.
Oh, that's another one when Detroit was like, what the fuck are these niggas saying?
Bro, you gotta read every third word.
All right, I think we can move on to W of the year though. I think we got enough.
Yeah, so W of the year. You go first, Cam.
All right, my W of the year goes to me, Daytrail, and Chaz getting our own place. I don't think nothing can top that. To be honest, it was a big step for me and Daytrail. This is our first place ever. This is like, I think Chaz has had a couple places, but this is like the first place that he really felt like he could call home. So like, big ups. And I mean, we did all, like I said before, it's fuck COVID, but I'm saying like when people go like, oh, 2020 is like the worst year ever. Like, no, this is like one of the best years of my life in terms of like just opportunities open up to me being able to move out with my brothers and just chill and not have to worry about my name being called fucking 5 seconds, still do some shit. Good freedom. So that's my W of the year.
Hey,
Uh,
look, I ain't even gonna cap. Not to get sentimental in this bitch. This is my W of the year too. To have my own room, nigga. Fucking May or June, nigga. I was fucking homeless. Okay, I was sleeping in a house that was abandoned, my nigga, on a fucking bed in the front room. Now I got my own room. I got a job, even though I don't want to be there. I got a job. Motherfuckers didn't have heat in that bitch. Okay, and that this shit was not even a year ago. All because of one fucking situation. I was able to, with all that shit going on, I was still able to complete the program I in, get in this bitch where I'm supposed to be at, do it. I ain't never missed the episode of this fucking podcast that I was supposed to record. I went through hell and high water in 2020. Hell. I ain't never missed one of these bitches. I stayed 10 toes with my homies. So it just, though this
literally.
fucking year sucks and ain't no which way and way of going about it, we got through this bitch. Just getting through 2020 was a W for me, especially. So
Those Jazz jerseys decent. My W year actually, it's gonna be all of us, G. Like literally all of us had our own trials and tribulations get through. Like y'all know mine. I ain't gonna sit and throw it on the podcast and shit. But but at the same time, like we all been through some shit and we all found a way to get through it. And like y'all getting y'all crib, I was happy for y'all, G. I was so freaking happy. Like even though and just like what we're doing with the brand, we're doing big things. Like we got our merch. We have a foundation. Like even though for the listeners we be having our own little private meetings and shit. Like I'm proud of that shit that we done. Daytra, like look man. Oh, outside this pod, Daytra is like my little brother. Like I have my own like blood little brother. Daytra is like the little brother. I sit there and be like, look man, I will look out for him any way that I possibly could. If that nigga say he needs a ride and he's in Inglewood 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm gonna find a way to get to that nigga because I don't need him to get smoked. But that's how far. That's the lengths I will go for him, and just see him have his little like his moments of just prosperity and just consistently. It makes me happy. Same for Cam. Same for DC. Like just seeing everybody win in our own way makes me happy, G. And like it just lets me know, like literally, even though that fact that we had our shares of L's and W's this year, that next year it just hardened us up to get more W's next year because literally it's just all is on the come. And also shout out to All Star Weekend being in Chicago, G. Because
even though it was cold as fuck,
And Meg the Stallion's birthday too. Yeah, the birthday party.
I'm mad I could not get into that party. That's actually that's my L of the year. I couldn't get into Meg Thee Stallion's birthday party, G. I am still heated. I couldn't get in there, G. But it's cool. It be that way sometimes. But I was still able to enjoy All Star Weekend, meet cool people, and stuff like that. Then COVID happened.
Yeah.
DC, go ahead.
All right, my W of the year goes to everybody on the pod right now, plus Miles and Chaz. Out of all the people I know in my age group, you guys are the only people that I know that are constantly evolving. Cam with certifications, Daytrail with Year Up, and just like how you said, all the stuff that you was going through in your life, and you just continue to be positive and just a source of inspiration for me personally. Same thing with Chris. Everything you do with the pod, how you handle things, how you juggle multiple podcasts week to week is just amazing. Like the amount of work you put in, keeping everybody situated, keeping everybody on task is a big thing. Miles with his YouTube and Twitch stuff, and Chaz with his music. Just when I'm doing something and I feel like I can't do something, I'm looking at y'all. I'm like, man, I can't be a bitch about it. But y'all constantly growing, so y'all get the W for me this year.
But yeah, so shout out to all of us, man. We out here winning. in ways they be out here winning. And the thing is, the grind never stops. That's the key. Is the grind never stops.
God.
G. Like no matter how bad things look, because literally, it's one like literally. I understand we're in the pandemic and COVID and all of that, but that shouldn't stop you from literally trying to take the easy way out every way possible.
It's a bag out there, and I'm trying to get it.
Exactly. Now, some people literally had to do the bag in other means, which, hey, I understand. But also, it's some people who literally fumbled that bag that they took advantage of through other means and literally back to square one. And so it's like, or literally just said, fuck everything. I'm just going to sit there and use the pandemic as a big fat excuse for everything. And I see those people struggling every day. I see the Snapchats, I see the IG stories, and I feel bad for those people. I see most quit jobs because literally they scared of COVID. Like, gee, it's real out here, but at the same time, it's like, gee, be smart about it. So don't use, if you let in something that's affecting like every single human and that's your excuse to be on some bullshit, man, when did the Blazers come back? But then literally, you the one that's fucking up. That says more on your psyche than anything. Because next year, when things start to slightly get back to normal, the ones who got hardened by it, they gonna be ready for anything. While you just sit there like, well, I ain't do shit. I guess it be that way. But and fuck you, man. But yeah, so that's it for our year in review. Oh wait, we still gotta do clowns, bro. I'm sorry, G. This is the last clown segment of the freaking year, G. You mothers thought they was about to get away with this shit, G. We just gave y'all W's, G, plain and simple. So, my last clown of the year, and is about to be Chicago Bulls fans, G. Look, I need you motherfuckers to understand, G. This team is rebuilding still, technically. You niggas still crying for Doc Rivers.
What?
Doc Rivers was not coming to Chicago, G. He wasn't.
They
Doc
thought that was the
Rivers
thing?
is of a tier of coach, no matter how you feel about him. He's from the crib too. Shout out to Doc Rivers, G. But that man is either going to coach a contender or he's going to sit his black ass down and retire. He was not about to come home to Chicago to look at this railroad of a mess that's getting fixed. And some of you niggas talk as if we don't have a whole new front office and a whole new coaching staff. Because now, guess who I'm looking at now? Are these players worth a fucking damn? And you niggas don't fail to understand that, G. Some of you niggas still cape for Wendell Carter Jr., G. That nigga ain't shit. It's okay to accept that, bro.
Denzel Valentine is still on our roster.
Denzel Valentine is on the rosters because he, based on what they said, can shoot. I have yet to see the man make a three. Lauri Markkanen scares me. Zach LaVine's the only positive point of this team, and seeing Kobe White literally dribble the shot clock away and run around the hoop 2 times in one possession makes me believe that nigga is not supposed to ever be a point guard. That team is ass, and it's because of Garpax, not because of Billy Donovan, not because of the new niggas in charge, because of Garpax, and they just want to see who's worth a damn. But you niggas want to blame the fact Doc Rivers isn't the coach. Shut the fuck up. And this is coming from a dude who is a Bears fan. I'm depressed. I believe the Jaguars might be. I believe the Jaguars is winning tomorrow. I damn straight believe the Jaguars is winning tomorrow. But the reason why
step in depression, right, or the grieving process,
Oh, yeah,
is the
acceptance.
it's the process of being a Bears fan. Sadness, joy, anger, and misery. You will embrace all 4 stages. Last week, I'm surprised I didn't experience none of them. I felt a lot of joy. There was a lot of joy in that game. But this week, I feel it coming. Because why? The Jaguars is the worst team in the league. That's not the Jets. But the Jaguars also literally may do something that's going to piss me the fuck off. I hope not, because they need sunshine from remember the Titans to be their quarterback next year. So I wish them well. I don't want the Bears to help them not get sunshine. So with that being said, Bears, don't let me down. If not, I will really edit this podcast and edit this and say the Bears are my clowns of the year. Technically, they are, but that's my fault being a fan. But as Bulls fans, I just want you niggas to know: shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and watch Zach LaVine drop 20 to 30 points a game. Plain and simple. That's it for me. That's my clown.
I don't have a clown. I want to end this year off on a right note with a GOAT. It's been a long time before we said this person as our GOAT, and I believe this person really deserves it. No shade to her partner in crime, but Chloe from Chloe and Haley, let me tell y'all something, brother.
Y'all are both melanin queens, bro.
Yes.
Melanin
God,
queens.
is their favorite for one of y'all.
Where's that Stephen Ace?
Words cannot explain how many times I have ran across a picture of you on Twitter, and I thought to myself, Biggie Simmons is a bitch. That's my clown right there. I don't think he ever bagged that, and he had a chance.
Damn, son.
If he did bag that, I don't think he.
Chloe's
bagged
the one supposed to be playing Ariel, right?
Yeah, that's the skinny one playing Ariel.
It's a skinny one. Yeah.
That's Chloe.
Oh no! Video came out of you grinding on that fucking microphone. That's the only time I wish I was in
Man, just to
just to be that microphone. Look,
Say I don't agree with the part about me being horny all hours of the day. Few hours in the day, yes, but not all hours. I digress.
This either blessed us with Meg greatness and Chloe and Haley greatness. Really, melanin queens in general.
Black women have been winning all year. That's another W. Black women, G. Y'all been winning.
Y'all check through the episodes, listeners. If we have a GOAT Hall of Fame, but if we don't, first ballot, Chloe and Haley. Her sister there too. That's kind of like but it's like Chloe featuring her sister.
They both fine as hell.
They both fine as fuck. Chloe. There is a picture of her after the gym. And little Tang. And let me quit. I'm done.
Cool box.
Do me a favor, right above you to the left, open that cupboard right there. Hand me out in one of those nasty awards.
Accept my award.
Yeah. All right, my clown of the year goes to every nigga that's a part of ZKK, the Zoro Killing Kaido fan club. Y'all made me hate One Piece for a whole week. I did not want to read it. I did not want to talk about anything. I don't even care about Sanji versus Zoro. Y'all made me submit and admit that green-haired moss head is stronger. I don't care anymore. But y'all literally make people not want to watch this series. Like, I was looking in the comments in the death battle, and they're like, you know what? Even if Rock Lee lost, I'm still not watching One Piece. That's a little twitch in my heart because it's because of y'all niggas. No one cares about this series as much, and it's because of y'all. The literally, if people go around and you ask them what do you think about One Piece, they're like, oh yeah, all I hear is about that Zoro versus Sanji shit, and that there's like 1,000 chapters. That's horrible. There's so many things that's great about this series, and all you guys want to talk about in the Reddits and in the Discords and in the comment section.
It's number 2 and number 3.
It's number 2 and number 3. They are subordinates. They're not rivals. They're subordinates. Sanji cooks for Luffy, he cooks for the main character, and Zoro is the bodyguard. That doesn't even do that right. Just stop. I don't care about it anymore. Law is my favorite character at this point right now. It's done. It's done. I'm tired of this shit. Like, One Piece is now 1A. Berserk is 1B because of you niggas. So, and depending on how One Piece ends, it might go down even further. So, y'all clowns for this year. And next year too. It's gonna be the same for next year. I'm gonna say the same shit because Kaido ain't getting killed by Zoro. So I'm gonna recover this shit next year. That's it for me.
All right, so I got a goat and a clown. So my goat goes to, I don't know if y'all can see this. Right there. This is my screenshot. Baby girl. Meg the Stallion.
That's nice.
Fine. Like just the movement she made for the culture, for anime, all of this shit. Do your thing. And like I don't know. I don't want to sound like a fucking weirdo stan, but like I fuck with it. So like shout out to Meg. Keep doing what you're doing. That WAP video.
We needed it.
I needed that.
Hey, look, man, that was a top night on Twitter.
Man, that music video made me go like, Let me go ahead and go see what's to the situation real quick. But yeah, man, should just shout out to all the melanin queens, bro. All the black women, bro. Big moves on all y'all parts for the culture. Keep doing your thing, bro. And if you need a man who knows how to cook, holla at your boy. I know how to cook. I'm breaking down the stigma. You don't need to be in the kitchen. I'll be in the kitchen. So shout out to that. And then my clown of the year goes to Trump supporters.
As always.
Like, so I just watched this because I watched the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. Shout out to that funny ass dude. Always keeping on top of a lot of the political shit. But he recently uploaded a compilation of the segment that they have. I think it's Jordan Klepper is his name, where he goes around like during like the Trump rallies and shit, like live in person, and interviews like Trump supporters and asks them questions and things about like what Trump says and like the contradictions that they impose upon themselves. And it's the whole video is like almost an hour, and I swear to God, I was like listening to this video like, yo, y'all are a different breed of mental retardation, bro. Like that I'm just like, wow. This is some of the logic of the people who voted for this orange hair gunk clown, bro. Like just some stupid shit. So my LEU goes to y'all, constantly contradicting yourselves, constantly making yourselves look like a fucking idiot. To support one man who does not give a fuck about y'all. All he cares about is himself and himself only, and he has constantly demonstrated that. So y'all go in the Hall of Fame alongside with the orange hair goofball himself, Mr. Ex-President Donald Trump. So yeah, I'm ended it political. Oh my God, he just got political. Hell yeah, I did. That's it for me.
And look, man, sometimes everything in life gotta be involve politics, G. Deal with it. Deal with that shit, nigga. But we thank you guys for listening to this podcast. We thank you for you guys for the great 2020 that you guys gave us, G. Such a great year. And it's only gonna get higher from here, man. Higher. See big things, and it's gonna take you guys to keep supporting us. One way, put money in our pockets. 35% off merch on Teespring right now. Type in You Tweaking Media and search on the search bar. We will pop up. Copy a t-shirt, copy a face mask, copy you a hoodie, copy you a long sleeve, copy something. 35% off UTM35. You will get 35% off until January 6th. Your stuff will come timely as long as a lot of people order at the same time. And also, since Christmas is chill now, over with, delivery people will have some common sense again, hopefully. So, but we respect the delivery people because sometimes overwhelming happen. But support the brand. Also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you do the things for us for the vibes.
Turn on
Make
post
sure
notifications.
Yep, please hit the notifications. Wherever, if you listen to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, hit that follow, subscribe button as well. If possible, hit that rate, give us a nice little rating as well too if you can. So all that's greatly appreciated. We appreciate you guys, and we got a lot of great things coming on the way for you guys in 2021. You Tweaking Media is only gonna grow bigger. Black Otakus, the brand, is only gonna grow bigger as well. Make sure you follow us on at the Black Otakus on Twitter as well. You Tweaking Media on Facebook and Instagram as well. Follow those pages as well. But we appreciate you guys for listening. You're not getting an episode next week. We're taking a week off. It's needed. It's really needed. We've been grinding nonstop. We need a break. And plus, ain't like much is going on anyway because the next anime season probably ain't starting until once we come back. So, hey, in gaming wise, ain't nothing else happening. So we need a break.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you guys listening, of course. Happy New Year's. Happy holidays. Be safe out here. If you choose to go out on New Year's, if you
Wear a
choose,
mask.
I really hope you don't.
Stay inside, please.
Stay inside. But you feel like you have to, because literally I know some states that's open. There's some illegal nightclubs out here. Put on a fucking mask. Don't be James Harden. Put on a mask. Please. Please.
Hey, illegitimate Joe style, nigga. You've been down since day one. 2021, we getting you on this bitch. I don't know how, but it's happening.
Yeah, we got you, bro. We haven't forgot about you, G. You've been down. You the A1 day one fan, G. So like whenever we have like
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so like whenever we have like a very toxic Discord community one day, you got to be one of the mods. So good luck with that, bro. But we appreciate you guys for listening, and peace.
Time to Delta the fuck out.